Ish, what can't be fleeting?
And then you're letting him lead you. It doesn't matter how you feel.
Saying he's led by God, but you feel like God is not telling y'all that. Do you still follow him?
You said something interesting, Ish. You just said like men don't think the way that women do. So it almost sounds like you don't fully trust their expertise. So how could you successfully be led by?
So the majority of men don't have kids. Y'all are picking wrong. Y'all are literally picking the minority.
Every man that's on this panel, y'all have more kids than all of us women.
51% of black men are single and childless.
Excuses for the statistics. The statistics don't go well in your favor. So you say things like, okay, are they shooting blanks? Or they
because men, I don't feel like men are overall passive aggressive. The majority of men. Do you think that silence is that passive aggressive? Because we will do that.
Yeah, because there's niggas that'll use that as a way to trigger a woman. Like, because a lot of time a woman will tell you, like, when you're silent, it makes me feel like I'm ignored. So a nigga will do that intentionally.
Yeah, no, I'm just because I didn't agree with the passive aggressive part until Mary said that. I'm like, okay, I can see men and be like, you know what? I ain't saying nothing else. Will unsubscribing from the Democratic Party help fix Black America?
Let's just unsubscribe. No, you got to know why.
I don't think so.
That's the only thing that get black people together. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
Wow.
Like that.
What I think will fix is if black people truly understood politics.
Because for a guy, because listen, it's so many different reasons for a man to want to hang out with his friends.
Adrian, I'm not gonna let that slide. I heard you. Why do you think that it's older single women who share that opinion?
Sometimes that's the case. There has to be
Explain
balance.
what White History Month is.
It's honoring the achievements of the greatest ethnic group in human history.
Wow.
I think all of that shit deserves a put them in the bathroom.
Would you rather have a whore of a daughter or a gay son?
Let's see here.
bruh.
Because if she's a hoe, that ain't my problem. Hell, she just be a hoe. Shit.
That's a whore. Definitely. Like, without
is going to college a waste of time?
Absolutely.
I wouldn't think for biology.
It's ridiculous.
And can I just piggyback on that?
Read this for me, Q.
Okay, $5 super chat from Omega Green. Depends. Go for STEM, medical or law. However, if you go for BS degrees like communications, is that supposed to be policies? Or
Poli-sci, political science.
Poli-sci, okay. Yeah. Or criminal justice, it's wasted time.
Final thought.
When you take a man's time, it's like taking his money. When you take a man's money, it's like taking his time. Simply put, we want something for it. If you're not interested, don't go out. Sis, hit me up. Let's clear your coochie balance.
Do women, should they still be covered by men? Do women need to understand what it takes for men to feel like they should be covered by men?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, women don't value men anymore, and it's evident.
For women to admit that they're not equal to their men, women have to come to that conclusion that you are not equal to your man. Are you for spanking? Let's go around the room, yes or no. Q, you for spanking?
Absolutely.
Age.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so big kids don't get spankings?
You gotta fight them niggas.
There's no difference between divorced women and single mothers. The man will, in both circumstances, suffer comparably with no benefit to himself. The benefits don't outweigh the cost.
But it's still better to go with someone who hasn't gone through that. It's still better to not choose them.
Have men been getting over on household duties all this time?
Listen, but I don't touch a trash bag to save my life.
So let me ask you, could you and your wife switch roles in what you do versus what for that person hold y'all back or let y'all go?
Physically, can't nobody hold me back.
Ain't no such thing as a fair fight. But Ish, what can't be fleeting?
What it do? What happened?
There's no way that we live right now. This is crazy.
Oh.
But Ish, what can't be fleeting?
And then you're letting him lead you. It doesn't matter how you feel.
Saying he's led by God, but you feel like God is not telling y'all that. Do you still follow him?
You said something interesting, Ish. You just said like men don't think the way that women do. So it almost sounds like you don't fully trust their expertise. So how could you successfully be led by
So the
women?
majority of men don't have kids. Y'all are picking wrong. Y'all are literally picking the minority.
Every man that's on this panel, y'all have more kids than all of us women.
51% of black men are single and childless.
Excuses for the statistics. The statistics don't bode well in your favor. So you say things like, okay, are they shooting blanks? Or they
because men, I don't feel like men are overall passive aggressive. The majority of men. Do you think that silence is that passive aggressive? Because we will do that.
Yeah, because there's niggas that'll use that as a way to trigger a woman. Like, because a lot of time a woman will tell you like, when you're silent, it makes me feel like I'm ignored. So a nigga will do that intentionally.
Yeah, no, I'm just because I didn't agree with the passive aggressive part until Mary said that. I'm like, okay, I can see men and be like, you know what? I ain't saying nothing else. Will unsubscribing from the Democratic Party help fix Black America?
Let's just unsubscribe. No, you got to know why.
I don't think so.
That's the only thing that get black people together. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
Wow.
Shit like that.
What I think will fix is if black people truly understood politics.
Because for a guy, because listen, it's so many different reasons for a man to want to hang out with his friends.
Adrian, I'm not gonna let that slide. I heard you. Why do you think that it's older single women who share that opinion?
Sometimes that's the case. There has to be
Explain
balance.
what White History Month is.
It's honoring the achievements of the greatest ethnic group in human history.
Wow.
I think all of that shit deserves a put him in the bathroom.
Would you rather have a whore of a daughter or a gay son?
Let's see here.
bruh.
Because if she's a hoe, that ain't my problem. Hell, she just be a hoe. Shit.
That's a whore. Definitely. Like, without
Is
a doubt.
going to college a waste of time?
Absolutely.
I wouldn't think it's ridiculous.
And can I just piggyback on that?
Read this for me, Q.
Okay, $5 super chat from Omega Green. Depends. Go for STEM, medical or law. However, if you go for BS degrees like communications, is that supposed to be policies or
Poli-sci, political science?
Poli-sci, okay. Or criminal justice, it's wasted time.
Final thought.
When you take a man's time, it's like taking his money. When you take a man's money, it's like taking his time. Simply put, we want something for it. If you're not interested, don't go out. Sis, hit me up. Let's clear your coochie balance.
Do women, should they still be covered by men? Do women need to understand what it takes for men to feel like they should be covered by men?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, women don't value men anymore, and it's evident.
For women to admit that they're not equal to their men, women have to come to that conclusion that you are not equal to your man. Are you for spanking? Let's go around the room, yes or no. Q, you for spanking?
Absolutely.
Age.
Okay, so big kids don't get spankings?
You gotta fight them niggas.
There's no difference between divorced women and single mothers. The man will, in both circumstances, suffer comparably with no benefit to himself. The benefits don't outweigh the cost.
but not. It's still not as. It's still better to go with someone who hasn't gone through that. It's still better to not choose them.
Have men been getting over on household duties all this time?
Listen, but I don't touch a trash bag to save my life.
So let me ask you: could you and your wife switch roles and what you do versus what for that person hold y'all back or let y'all go?
Physically, can't nobody hold me back.
Ain't no such thing as a fair fight.
The attributes of the man that I deserve is a communicative man, understanding, patient, spiritual, and a leader.
But I think I kind of want to ask, can women even handle the rejection if they had to approach men?
I did. I handled it pretty well because I got rejected in the end.
But if you are confident enough to go up to the man and approach him, then you should be confident enough to take the rejection. Yeah, so I definitely don't want to be rejected by no
Do
man.
women have game?
A lot of women actually do have game to the point where, because we don't put it out front and we don't let you know what we're doing, you don't see it.
Bro, do women have game?
Only certain women have game.
In states like Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, there can be successful all black communities around these racist ass white people.
Who's to say that the whites are racist in the first place? I don't think that you've experienced racism in your life.
If that's your opinion, we'll be able to be billionaires, have Maseratis, all this shit. I said that, right? What the fuck does that have to do with me really experiencing racism?
There's no woman on this earth more beautiful than a black woman.
Like, we come in different complexions, even our hair texture. I mean, like the bone structure, like that's just so like dope. Like, black people are just so dope, and we're like multifaceted. All the talents that we have, like nobody's better.
First, Tyler Perry can go eat a bag of dicks.
Women don't miss your blessing because he makes less than you.
You wouldn't date no man that could only pay the light bill? Everything else is perfect. He can only pay the light bill. You wouldn't date no man like that? All the ladies? Love, Dana, Q, none of y'all?
No.
And they should.
How difficult is it dating modern women?
I'm not going to say it's difficult. And you can take it how you want. But I don't think I've never had a problem getting women. It's about just finding the one that's compatible to take it to that next level.
Do you have fuck nigga tendencies?
Absolutely, we all got them.
True or false? Your value is objective based on standards set by society. Intrinsic value only matters to you.
All right, so break that down. I'm a little slow.
Wow.
But if you know you dumb, then aren't you acknowledging that value isn't subjective?
But I'll say, for the most, I say no.
And I was gonna say that y'all ladies also need to understand that when y'all ask us to believe you or be on your side, I usually say this on my panels. I was a simp. All right, I went to a HBCU. That's a simp indoctrination zone.
Those that went there and those of us that graduated.
Right, like come
How
on.
did I
You just gonna act
disrespect
like
So you gotta
No, you have to explain.
Wait. So
How
you
did I
got a
disrespect
degree.
HBCU?
You went to a HBCU. You got a degree. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, I misspoke. Pretty much all colleges and universities are simp indoctrination zones because the women outnumber the men by at least 7 to 1.
So my thing is, with you feeling like you're not agreeable, is it because you haven't come across somebody that you can actually agree with that would be on the same page as you?
No, what I'm saying is I should be allowed to express my opinion.
So if he wanted to invest in something, which is like, say, a gamble, and it's your mortgage, would you agree with that?
That's why I said something that's not detrimental.
Oh, okay. So that would be detrimental. Okay.
Right. Could be missing a tooth. She's smiling at you. Even the lowest of the low whites.
Because she's high on meth. So let me ask you this question.
Well, hold on. Let me finish real quick. And this is another thing that white girls don't do. They don't cut me off.
Well, we're on a podcast, and we're going to talk. So we're not going to gas. We're not
Let him finish.
Let me finish.
I just wanted some clarity on a few things, though. And we having our picnic. You know, spring is here, so we're gonna make that happen.
Like I said, B, I'll get back to you.
I want answers.
Other outside is human. She turn up her location. She must think I'm stupid. She wanna run the street, so let her ho, let her ho, let her ho. She doesn't show signs of stopping. So who am I to be cock blocking? I really hate to see you go. Let her ho, let her ho, let her ho.
The attributes of the man that I deserve is a communicative man, understanding, patient, spiritual, and a leader.
But I think I kind of want to ask, can women even handle the rejection if they had to approach men?
I did. I handled it pretty well because I got rejected in the end.
But if you are confident enough to go up to the man and approach him, then you should be confident enough to take the rejection. Yeah, so I definitely don't want to be rejected by no
Do
man.
women have game?
A lot of women actually do have game to the point where, because we don't put it out front and we don't let you know what we're doing, you don't see it.
Bro, do women have game?
Only certain women have game.
In states like Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, there can be successful all black communities around these racist ass white people.
Who's to say that the whites are racist in the first place? I don't think that you've experienced racism in your life.
Then that's your opinion. We'll be able to be billionaires, have Maseratis, all this shit. I said that, right? What the fuck does that have to do with me really experiencing racism?
There's no woman on this earth more beautiful than a black woman.
Like, we come in different complexions, even our hair texture. I mean, like the bone structure, like that's just so like dope. Like, black people are just so dope. And we're like multifaceted. All the talents that we have, like nobody's better.
First, Tyler Perry can go eat a bag of them.
Women, don't miss your blessing because he makes less than you.
You wouldn't date no man that could only pay the light bill? Everything else is perfect. He can only pay the light bill. You wouldn't date no man like that? All the ladies? Love, Dana, Q, none of y'all?
No.
And they should.
How difficult is it dating modern women?
I'm not going to say it's difficult. And you can take it how you want. But I don't think I've never had a problem getting women. It's about just finding the one that's compatible to take it to that next level.
Do you have fuck nigga tendencies?
Absolutely, we all got them.
True or false? Your value is objective based on standards set by society. Intrinsic value only matters to you.
All right, so break that down. I'm a little slow.
Wow.
But if you know you dumb, then aren't you acknowledging that value isn't subjective?
But I'll say, for the most, I say no.
And I was gonna say that y'all ladies also need to understand that when y'all ask us to believe you or be on your side, I usually say this on my panels. I was a simp. All right, I went to a HBCU. That's a simp indoctrination zone.
Those that went there and those of us that graduated.
Right, like come
How
on.
did I
You just gonna act
disrespect
like
So you gotta
No,
agree.
you have to explain.
Wait. So
How
you
did I
got a
disrespect
degree.
HBCU?
You went to a HBCU. You got a degree. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, I misspoke. Pretty much all colleges and universities are simp indoctrination zones because the women outnumber the men by at least 7 to 1.
So my thing is, with you feeling like you're not agreeable, is it because you haven't come across somebody that you can actually agree with that would be on the same page as you?
No, what I'm saying is
DJ Ham does HAMP.
Wow.
Happy.
Yep. Check. Was good. My fault, man. I was being a dad and all that. You heard?
Shit like that.
I know y'all don't think we exist, but you'd be surprised. Isha, what's goody?
What's up, Hampton?
Oh, you got the Gucci on and all that?
Shit like that.
My hair is not done, but it
What
will be getting.
What in the flea market is popping?
I got this from South Park Mall,
Word?
in Charlotte, North Carolina. Let's get it. Don't do that.
Isha in the building, boy.
Shit like that.
Original. Perfect. Isha, I love you. It's good to see you, man. You know what I mean? So what you got, school?
At school.
Yeah, you got Vaseline on your face like your mom got you dressed.
I'm black. I can't be out here ashy. So.
Shit like that.
Nate, what's poppin'?
You meant Tay, because Nate not
Hey,
here.
my bad. Damn.
I
see Nate somewhere.
What's going on, Happy? I'm good though.
What's good? You all right?
I'm good. I'm happy to be here.
Reaper was talking about your favorite topic earlier.
Who?
He was talking about pleasure toys and all that. What's popping? What you
Listen,
got for sale?
everything, because it's Mother's Day, so we got lots of sales going on. Y'all hit us up at thepleasureplug.fun. I can answer all your questions.
Who buying that for their moms?
Not pleasure. I'm talking about body butters and this candy coated glow.
Wow.
But listen, mama gotta have a life too. I'm just saying.
If somebody buy their mom body butter,
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
You need that. I got that.
pleasureplug.fun. Rebecca, what's popping?
What's up, Hamp? What's up, ladies? Nothing much. Also being a parent at the moment. So I might frequently go on mute.
Fuck them kids, bro. For sure. Callie, what's good? You got a retwist?
Yeah, just the front. Had to go celebrate B-Day's best B-Day this weekend, so just retwist the front.
All praises, man. I was waiting on that retouch.
Shit like that.
I love you. Jalen, what's good?
What's up?
What's popping? Is really water in that cup?
Yeah.
Sure?
Yeah.
What color is it?
Clear.
You forgot the ever.
You're the only one that drinks liquor like it's water.
Granville too. Alexis from Texas, what's popping?
Perfect.
Howdy. It's good
What's
to be
good?
here.
Why you got AFT? You want us to call you that?
I mean, I that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Huh? What's good?
Now, what's up? I say howdy. You know how I come in every time.
Let's get it, man. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Sherelle, Sherelle done talked herself out in the Discord. Bad boy was popping. Mr. Williams in the building. Shiesty, salute. D Majesty, what up? Nightbot behaving. That's always good, Mel. You already know. Like, share, subscribe, man. Luo the Duo, I see you, man. Welcome. Wholesome Melly Mel was popping. Miss Parker was goody. We got to get you up here one day. Hakeem in the building was goody. Calvin, salute. Like, share, subscribe, man. AMN was popping. Hope all is well, man. Good to see you. Ain't seen you in a minute. James holding it down. CC holding it down. Patriarchy don't play that. What up? What's popping? I got Nightbot. E-Dub, salute. Hey, if you're not a member, please become one. You can watch the members only stream. We had one last Saturday. E-Dub came up here and dropped a whole lot of jewels, B. JJ, what's popping, kid? Good to see you. Daily in the building. Looking forward to the meeting we got upcoming. If you're an immediate family member, we got one meeting per month that you could take advantage of. Go to the link and we'll see you soon, man. You know what I mean? Bronze number, what up? Aaron, Shalom, Ak, True in the building, TC Dawn in the building, Impress putting in work. That's always good. Rock solid, what's poppin'? Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, man. Remy, salute, what's poppin'? Kasim, what up? AW in the building, Big Mufasa, homeboy, Shalom, Ak, what's poppin'? Sherelle in the building. All right, I got everybody. I think I went through that pretty quick. All right, cool. So we got Strada was popping. SBS podcast in the building. Salute to the Raw Bunch. Impress, the only one that really be working. So go ahead and drop their link in the chat, please. Appreciate it. Kasim. He said, I'm here for this one. Salute to OG Kasim in the building for the first 20 ball of the day. Didn't fit. Love C was good. Salute to Love C. She always cooking. Always cook them. Victim Hearts, we see. Oh, that's Tezzy. Tezzy was popping. I like it, man. Bravo Tech. In here for the support, man. Salute to OG Bravo Tech. He definitely held it down during field day, man. That Kool-Aid he brought was a godsend, man. Salute to Bravo Tech. Salute to Bravo Tech. Salute to Bravo Tech.
Come on, I'm broke, baby. I ain't got no money. Bullshit. I see you shining, nigga. I can smell a motherfucker with money. Even Ray Charles can see you got money.
Perfect. CJ was popping. Life for Cash, I see you. All right, man. What's up with y'all? Y'all good?
Good. Yeah, we good.
All right, cool.
We ready.
So let's say a dude. Do you think, like say a dude like 30, right? Average dude. Oh, well, let me ask y'all this question. How much sex per week you think is good for a nigga? Like, what would y'all say a woman is willing to do? At most women.
We talk about 7 days out of the week.
Yes, ma'am.
I say about 4 to 5.
Is she over or under the average?
She over the average.
What's the average, Tay?
Hey, it's really like 2 to 3. That's what they're telling me.
Like 2, huh? If we landed on 2, would that be fair?
That'd be fair. Let's say 2.
2 is crazy.
It is, but that's what's in real life happening. That's why they calling me.
2, so it's 2 palatable.
He
shook, nodded her head initially.
2 is fucking crazy.
I got a good 3. A good 3.
Yeah, out of 7 days a week.
Okay, so 3. What y'all think, Rebecca? 2, 3, Callie, AFT,
I'm
Jalen, 2, 3.
I'm saying, I would say 4. I'm with Saad. 4 to 5. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Now I know what y'all doing. You know what I'm saying? I understand that.
Oh yeah, motherfucker.
Oh,
I'm talking about the average, right?
I feel like that's the average, though.
I was okay. So I'm gonna land on 4 then. Hamp. I'm gonna land on 4.
That's what she said. All right, so we got 2, Jay. Go ahead.
On average?
Yeah. For the
1 to
majority.
2.
Damn. Nigga said 1.
On
All
average.
right, Jay,
You
mute,
said
please.
on
Don't put that in nobody else's head.
Nigga, what the fuck? You said on average. I
2,
thought
okay,
we were
2.
on the average. Shit.
Callie Beverly, go ahead.
At 30 years old?
Yeah.
That's what you said?
Yeah.
Are there children?
Yeah.
You have to so if we're looking at our culture, it's most likely there's children, right? So, right, whether they belong to both people or not, you see me? So if you put that in there, especially at 30, right? What you think? What's the number? So we got 2, 4, 4. Go ahead.
30 years old, I'd say about 2 to 3.
Okay. AFT?
Say 3 to 4.
So do the 2s have it? What's the average then? So 4 plus 4 plus, so 8, 6, 10, Did Jay say 1 or 2?
She said 2, I think.
I think she would. I
Just
think
put
it's
me at
4.
2. Just put me at
12. Callie said what? 2 to 3.
She said 3.
So
Yeah, I said
14.
2 to 3. Yeah, so
Okay.
just put it at 3.
15, 16, 17, 18. Right? What's 18 divided by 7?
2, nigga.
But
Damn,
even
I
then, like, I'm not even
Damn, I hate
understanding
public school, boy.
that count. Like, we can land on the
whole
average
numbers.
of 3.
Whole
Can
numbers
we
is
just
like
land on 3? I think
3. We average 3.
3, right?
Yeah.
I feel like we
Okay.
average 4, but I give y'all 3.
So about 3, right? It's 3 and some change.
Yeah.
3 and a possible.
3 and a quickie. That's what it is.
Okay. So you got 3. All right. So the average is 3. Right. Now, when you take a man, he 30. He not married. He got chicks and all that. You know? What would you say? How many chicks do you think the average dude is dealing with at 30 years old?
At 30?
I say about 4.
The average dude. 4?
3 on a good day. I say 3. Yeah, I say 3.
What you say, Tay?
5.
Rebecca?
I'm gonna say 2.
Jay?
4.
Ish?
I'm just gonna say 7. Give 1 for every day of the week.
The average dude? This what y'all think? Callie?
I say a consistent 2.
AFT.
4.
So based on what y'all saying, y'all basically adding up that these men have access to box every day. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because even with the 2, based on our average, that's still 6 days. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now put yourself in his shoes. You him. You having sex every day. Right? You get married or get in a relationship and she start rationing box 3 times a week. What you do next, Tay?
Because she slowed down? Or
No. You had 3 or 4 women on your roster, like y'all said. Y'all
Okay.
spend 3 days a week on average, right? You
Yeah.
get with a chick. For some reason, it's like women be like, oh, 2 is good. But even based on y'all math, Isha said he got 7, so that's a wash. Even if it's 2 chicks, that's at the very least about 6 times. And now you him, Tay. Your name is Tavis.
Wow.
You dealing with Isha. She like, well, 2 days is all I got. What the fuck would your response be?
Well, that's why I got 4 other options. Because remember, I said 5. So she say no, I got somebody else to go to. That's why y'all need so many.
But
You entering into a relationship phase though. Now you a man. You've been dealing with all these women, getting all this access because y'all agreed at the very least 2 or 3 times a week. Y'all said 7, 4, 4, 2, 2, 2. So at the very least, he got access to box 6 days a week. Now he get with y'all. Oh no, y'all niggas today. So I'm gonna talk like Hank. He get with these heifers, Tavis, and they only try to have sex with them 2 days a week. What you say as a dude?
Walking.
That ain't right. That ain't right.
Stepping out.
Want again, y'all in our shoes. Y'all are dudes today. We got. Hold on. Let me. Calvin.
Oh God. Don't change my name.
Calvin.
I want to be showing.
Nah. I'm gonna spell it wrong too. We got Calvin. All right, Calvin. What you saying to that, bro? Huh?
I don't know yet.
Nah, you gotta be.
I don't know yet.
Empress said, hell no. But yo, I need to understand because y'all in our shoes, right? You agree that men want sex every day. If you could give it to the person you with, would he take it every day?
Hell yeah.
It could be on it, right? But now we get all this rationing, and we just did the math. Even the average dude got at least 2 chicks. And one thing we know that the women generally agree on is they only having sex with one man at a time, even if they dating. Do y'all agree with that sentiment or no?
I agree with it.
Yeah.
Right? So think about that shit though. Right? So she getting her fill. So she only gonna want to have sex with him 2 or 3 days a week. So the other girl gonna have her days. You see? So it actually makes mathematical sense because women only dealing with that one man and whatever the case is. So when we get with these women, Jason, what would your math be? You know who Jason is. You got deductive reasoning. Go ahead. Tell me what you would say to the women, Jay. Sin?
That's on a roster?
Nah, you get with a woman and she's only trying to have sex with you now 2 or 3 days a week now. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You want this monogamous relationship, but y'all even did the math. We did the math together.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all know he getting boxed at least 6 days a week. And now they start rationing it to us, Jason. What you telling them, B? Talk your shit, Hot.
We're gonna have to add a second one into the mix.
Go ahead. You say you
I don't know why y'all scared to say it. We're gonna have to add a second one into the mix. Listen. I be saying these men need to be honest. I'm gonna be the honest one. I'm just gonna be straight up. If you can't give me sex every day, we just gonna add it. We're gonna add a second one, babe.
And that's what I said, Jalen. I said I'm gonna go find it. If you ain't giving it, I'm gonna go find it.
I'm not gonna cheat, I'm not gonna cheat.
Now,
if I'm a nigga, I'm a cheat because
bro, I can't cheat, bro.
That's what niggas do.
Nah, bro.
Yo, goddamn.
So I mean, I'm a cheat because
I'm trying to be the wholesome nigga that's not trying to cheat. But if all else fails, I will cheat.
Jesus.
But I'm trying not to. That's what I'm trying to do. That's why I'm being honest first.
I'm with Jayla. I'm gonna be honest first, and if it don't work, I'm a cheat.
Okay, so what does it sound like? Like, hey, baby.
Like for me, starting off, like I'm gonna tell her, like, I'm gonna have to bust that down a couple times a week. Like,
what? Okay, or what? Like, or you gotta finish it though, because
that's what I need. So you gotta give me that.
But what if I don't, babe? Look, you know what I mean? Like,
but what if you don't? What you mean?
This may be risky because
you're not gonna tell her, oh, I'm gonna find some more.
Yes, I am.
No, I am. I literally.
I'm about to say yes, I am because one thing I felt like if
I look like being a simp.
If a man is honest, I feel like they have more range. So I'm gonna tell her, like, this is what I need, or I don't. It ain't gonna work for me, and either she's gonna get on, like CJ like to say, the program, or she not.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We ain't in the business of keeping hoes.
We niggas. We niggas.
We get more hoes. We don't keep them. We just get more. They're replaceable.
I must be
period. I mean, not period. Straight up. There we go. I'm a man today. My bad.
Look, Jalen, I'm saying we niggas today, so that's how it goes.
Okay, so now let me ask you, fellas, Roderick, how many women are listening to us say that?
I'm dead.
Yeah. How many women are really do we think that's going to be palatable to? Just quote unquote the truth.
Not many. They're gonna be like, all right, then go. And I'm gonna leave. They're not gonna accept you cheating on them.
So the Jason doing, how he really gonna act?
Oh, well, you just gave me an option to cheat, so I'll just cheat up front. What you mean?
You said
I'm a cheat.
You say you're gonna keep it tall, but we know women ain't gonna listen.
You just said it ain't gonna work though, so I'm a cheat. How about that?
Yeah, and
No. Go ahead.
Ain't no. We
You
removing
can't-
options.
if it don't work,
if
it don't work, then I'm gonna move around. I'm gonna find somebody else that work for it.
See, why would I move around though?
Because if she's not gonna do what I need for her to do, there's plenty of other people that will.
Do most women give out?
Because
do
I feel
most
like
wo-
women outnumber men, so it's easy for men to replace us than it is for us to replace men.
God damn.
What? Wait a minute.
We men today, Tavius.
So I'm just saying, if I know it's like a pettifer or whatever, I know I fucked up the word, my bad. Women out there, then it's like what they say, it's plenty of fish in the sea. I'm gonna go find me another fish. I'm a hook.
Yeah.
It sounds like y'all been messing with some ain't shit ass niggas.
You know
for
what I'm saying?
real.
No, this thing, that's what I'm saying. Like the men
Hey,
that
listen,
even
I tried
get
the
down with
wholesome
it.
response. He said,
But as a
truthfulness ain't
whole,
gonna
as
work,
a
right?
majority, because you know y'all love to use the majority and the minority, the majority of niggas. Oh, for sure.
But I thought the majority of niggas ain't getting none. They said they ain't getting none.
They
Right?
lying. That's the thing. They lying. They lying.
Wow.
I
Okay.
just seen two people that just walked down the road today, and you wouldn't even think they could get somebody, and they got each other. So they lying.
Yeah, so like I said, it's either we gonna cheat or tell the truth. You know, ain't no option to leave. Why the fuck would I leave for? She even did 2 to 3 times a week. I just replace her for the other extra 3 I need with another
Y'all,
woman. What you
y'all
mean?
sound like some heartless dudes.
Oh really? Oh
Y'all
really?
sound like
I'm
heartless
wondering where
dudes.
that comes from,
So-
Roger.
I mean, Roderick,
Where
I'm
does that
getting
come
y'all
from?
what the internet is
So,
saying.
well, first off, hold on, ladies. Hold on.
Roddy Rod.
My name is Jason. Sir.
Nah,
My
so
name
so
is
Roddy Rod, here's what they doing, right? They trying to play sarcastic, right? But the
Yeah.
drill is you are in men's shoes.
Right. So y'all want to be the men that y'all talk about. Y'all don't like.
No,
That's what it sound like. Y'all want to be the men that y'all talk about. Y'all don't like.
literally said I would tell the truth.
Nitty gritty. I don't talk about them. You ain't never hear me bash a black man on this internet. We ain't about to do that.
When I say y'all, I'm not talking about like specifically. I'm just saying the stuff
I'm
that
saying,
I
if the
hear.
majority, oh no, for sure. But I'm saying if this is what the majority is saying, because the majority say, oh, niggas ain't shit. I can't relate to that. But if that's what the majority is saying, I'm gonna give y'all what the majority of females are saying. So yeah, apparently this is how it's going, because that's what the majority is saying. The internet said that us females think that niggas ain't shit. Am I wrong?
No, I don't think the men are saying that exactly. I think we like to hear what we want to hear when it comes to what the men are saying. Because I've had plenty of conversations with the men, and I got exactly what they were saying. And it wasn't that women ain't this and women ain't that. It's the type of women that they're talking about. They're not talking about women as a whole.
No,
but
what I'm saying is that this is what they say that we say. Now, granted, I don't have friends, and nor do I sit around and say men ain't shit. But when I hear men talk, this is what I hear them say. And I'm not being like, I don't know. Maybe I just be on like the back end of the conversation, but they be saying that we say they ain't shit. So I'll be confused because I ain't never say that. But that's
I
what
mean,
they say.
we say that. And then, I mean, now that we have a chance to be the guy, what kind of guy are we going to be? I think that's more so what we should put out more than being like, oh, I'm a cheat, oh, I'm gonna do this, oh, I'm gonna do that. You know what I mean?
I
Your thesis
was
is
literally trying to be
shady
funny.
because you're married. Okay, we out here living a single life.
Yeah, you a super nigga.
You
All right?
know what I'm saying?
I'm not.
You married and shit.
I was just talking for y'all love to talk in the space of the minority and the majority. I was talking for the minority. But you know, I can switch to the majority, or I could be in the middle. You know, him.
No, it's not. It's this. It's this. You are in the guy's shoes. This is what happens, right? When we get in these relationships and niggas is saying, I'm not getting sex, this, that, and the third. We literally did the math of how now these guys are being like pigeonholed into whatever she thinks should be how you say ration to him. But we just did the math on the fact that he probably got access to box at least 6 days a week. What is your response? Are you stepping out? Are you leaving her? Are you telling her, yo, I need access or else? Are you telling her you're going to add somebody? What you going to do in the situation which you want sex?
I think if you have the conversation with her and she's still not, forthcoming, you're trying to do things to get her more aroused, to get back to, having sex more often. At that point, realistically, what else can you do other than acquiesce, step out, or leave?
What would you do?
Realistically, I would have the conversation. And if all else fails, if nothing I am doing is working for her to get her back, more than likely so she started off having sex frequently, right? And then it dialed down.
No, you having sex with all the other women you have access to. You didn't get a monogamous thing. You know what I'm saying? You let her.
Monogamous thing.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay.
And now you having sex all day, as many days a week as you had access to. We did the math. Simple math is 6.
Yeah.
Now she talking about 2 should be enough and shit like that. That's really what be going on. Now you the person subject to that. Because you a nigga today, remember?
If she a good enough woman, I would just acquiesce. If I'm giving my real answer, I would acquiesce.
Jesus Christ.
That's a problem too? Wait, hold up. What the fuck? So what's the right answer? Because that's really my answer. I would acquiesce. I'm gonna be honest.
So you would just
these streets are horrible. They're ridden in brimstone and fire. Why the fuck would I go back out there when she good?
That's messed up.
I don't know.
Listen, go ahead, Lex. Which
I'm just saying.
Why Lex?
Hey Lex, don't change your name no more.
Hey, but my name is a gender neutral name.
I don't know if it is or not, but I know Alex is a good name.
Oh, it was Alex. Okay.
Mad crazy. That's why my mom gave me an IS because she didn't want nobody calling me Alex. But nah. So I'm just gonna tell you, like, if we not married, I think marriage is different. But if we dating, nah, baby, I'm not going down to 2 days a week. What you thought? No, I'm gonna give me another, and I'm gonna come to you nicely and be like, hey, like, this is. Because I probably told you when, like, I like to have sex, and now you want to go down to 2 days a week. We only dating. Go find you a 2 days a week person. That ain't me.
See, that's what I was about to say. Like if we married, then that's a different thing. Like, I'm gonna take my vows more serious. But if we not married, yeah, you gotta get with it, or we're gonna have to figure something out. Maybe we not the person for each other, because if I like to have sex, you gotta like to have sex too.
Yeah, I told you that.
I feel like if it's a relationship or a marriage, it's more so dutiful, right? To make sure you are serving your partner. Like, I don't think it's, to me, it's what we talking about.
So
it's no question. Hey, babe, I want it 4 times a week. Okay,
but that's the thing.
Whether that be, or she gonna make it happen. Whether that be some top one day because you don't feel like it, or whatever the case may be, but it's going to happen. Like, you have the conversation about what your expectation is in the beginning, so there's no confusion. And then if there is an issue, okay, speak up. Tell me something. If it's
2 days a week, including the top.
No, I mean, I'm just saying in place of it, if that's the case, if something's going on, or if we can't make it to that number this week, then there needs to be some kind of additional activities going on to supplement
something.
I'm not getting in a relationship.
Isn't that kind of a form of like acquiescence?
DJ Harry, it's
Wait,
2
go
days.
ahead, Ishmael. Go ahead. What'd you say?
I'm not getting in a relationship if my needs are not getting met. That's if she can't. If we have a conversation and she's like, "Oh, I want to be in a relationship," then of course, I was able to see if she throwing that thing like she's supposed to before we got in a relationship. If she ain't hitting it like that, then ain't no need to get in a relationship.
That's the thing, though.
You dealt with women. Do they ever turn the tide on you?
But then you let her know. Listen, what happened? I got needs.
I'm saying though, but do you see that happening? You and your man's
You get comfortable, yeah. And she
If
get
you
comfortable. If she's getting comfortable, then listen, you getting comfortable. So
but
I'm gonna
but
get comfortable not paying these bills. I'm gonna get comfortable not doing what you want me to do for you until you get comfortable doing what you were supposed to do in the first place.
yeah, but you got your man Jason in the corner on his simp shit talking about yo, she good, so just acquiesce and just deal with it 2 days a week though.
and they be
Just
miserable.
supplement with other shit, top,
What's
whatever.
the other? So the 2 days a week is not including the other.
Hell no, that's not. No.
Oh,
top don't count.
They be miserable. And my whole thing is like, we're not gonna act like women don't be false advertisement. Like we be false advertisement. Like, we say is this, and then once like each said, I mean Ishmael, my bad, I probably messed that up too, but once we get comfortable, it's just we like, oh, we got the nigga now, so yeah.
maybe y'all like that.
I'm not like this, but niggas who this is their experience.
3 at minimum, and that's with kids and full-time job at minimum.
Fuck that. I need that shit 4 times a week. It's 7 days out a week.
We gonna get it in. Damn, 2. The hell? 2.
Like I said it before, if he needed that bad, I'm gonna lift his leg up. Okay.
Yeah, but you gotta enjoy it though. I don't want you just lifting a leg up and you don't enjoy it. Like,
Get that lazy sex until I got that
like that's
energy.
crazy. I don't want that. You can keep it.
Man, she can lift that leg up.
No, I need some
What
interaction.
y'all think about this though? Like, do you think this is right? That this is actually a real conversation?
I think it's sad, honestly.
I think it should be a conversation that should be had when you do get in a relationship. Yes.
No, but even the fact that this has to be negotiated, and all women know men want sex from that woman.
I feel like
as often as possible, and I think y'all even know 2 days isn't cutting it for the majority of men. And I'm just asking, the fact that this is a conversation, what do y'all think now that you the one have to deal with it on the other side in the ideology? What you think?
I feel like it's sad. Like I said, like honestly, I feel like when you get with a man, like it services like Coach Tay. You got to do some razzle dazzle and spice it up. Like you got to give that man a couple different people, different times a month. Like you got to get spicy. So I don't know.
But to him's point, like a lot of my clients are married and in relationships. So it's not the single people out here. The problem is, I think we get comfortable, and I sounds like that's the premise. Like we just get too comfortable with being with that person and not giving it up. Like whatever it is that changed, that's different for everyone. But at the end of the day, it's a part of your duty. So that's something that needs to be an expectation that's set. And it just sounds like that these men's needs aren't being met. That's what it's giving.
That's crazy.
But I feel like from like the woman's standpoint too, like oh, I'm a nigga.
We talk about that, right?
Well, we think about the ideology, and if you were subject to the behavior, like what would be your responses? How would you feel about being subject to or being relegated to that? This shit like Oregon Trail.
I gotta shake her down. We gotta figure it out because this is crazy.
Yeah, we're not.
I would try to figure out what the problem is because I know that life be life, and right. I wouldn't automatically think that she's doing this on purpose and rationing me on purpose, like she has me on some kind of type deal, right? So I would try and figure out what the problem is and then try and alleviate the problem or help her to alleviate her own problem.
Except for this, we did the math with no context. The question was asked, how often do women want to have sex weekly? And y'all said this low number, right? So it wasn't even about something wrong. The number that y'all settled on was already low, Callie, you see? So it's not even like no wrong shit. Even 2 days a week, if he have access when he's single to at least 2 women, based on the math, we knew it was at the very least 6 days a week. You see? So it's not even about.
I thought it was the average.
Yeah, because
the average was what, 3, right? You see?
It was 3.
Yeah, but Callie, you see what I'm saying? It's not It's not that something's wrong. You guys are already settling on a number that you know isn't palatable for him.
Let me
Right?
change my number. Because that's
You just
based off
can't
of
tell. It's not like he did like nothing wrong. She just thinks
that's
that's a low
based off
number.
of a 30-year-old woman. A 40-year-old woman, my sex drive is up here. He can get about twice a day.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. And
Stop
then
the cap.
no,
Stop the cap.
we still
Stop
can't
the cap.
As Jason, right? As Jason, these women got to stop the false advertisement.
Like I said, like
if
thank you,
you
Jason.
ain't no porn star in the goddamn bedroom, please don't.
Well, I ain't
advertise
gonna
to
say
me
all
that
that,
you are,
Jason.
because I'm gonna be expecting it when we hit that bed, and if you ain't giving it the way I want you to, I'm gonna be highly upset. You done been talking all this shit, sending all these pictures, all these videos, talking about what you gonna do, and then here we are. You got me, right? We in this monogamous, whatever the fuck. Now I only get it twice or 3 times a week when I expect 6. False advertisement.
It's be the false advertisement. Okay, I can agree to that. But also, we're not going to pretend like the sex don't be basic either. So if you want me to continue to give you sex, we're going to have to spice it up. Like, I'm not just trying to get, bent over, you get your nut, and then I'm going. Like, no, I need some razzle dazzle. I need some spice. So if you want me to perform and to show up, I need for you to do your thing.
Well, I'm gonna be doing my thing from the gate. Like, you ain't gonna need no razzle dazzle because I'm gonna be doing my thing from the gate.
Say, like
I like cake, but I don't always need icing on it because I like cake.
Oh no, fuck it. I need the icing, Lex. I need the icing. I'm not just eating the cake with no icing.
Maybe because you done got used to cake that's always had icing, and maybe the cake itself didn't taste
who
good.
eats cake without icing? That's crazy.
Like
I'm saying, okay, so this is what I'm saying. When I say some razzle dazzle, I don't want you to be like, oh, let's have sex. Like, we need to be on some spirit of moment. We driving. Oh, make it real for a nigga. Like, what? Like, it need to be spontaneous. We just somewhere. Oh, you want to do a quickie real quick? Oh, come on, let's go. Like, but if we think we just want to keep on having sex in this bed, oh, that's crazy to me.
Okay.
We are full-blown adults.
So
like, it just bring me back to
So come back, Sean. Come back.
Niggas don't
no responsibility other things other than what you were doing in your 20s. So yeah, you're full-blown adults with more responsibilities. You ain't got that much time in the day to be sitting over here with no daggone quickies as no 30-year-old with no daggone kids.
Life be lifing, but the same way it's 24 hours in a day. Oh, we gonna make something shake.
Shit like that.
Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. See, it ain't so easy. You know what I mean? When you in them shoes and you wanted 6 days, she think 3 is enough. And then it said, oh, how does she feel? But y'all settled on a low number. How is that navigated?
Nah.
It's hard, B.
Pamela, I thought you said what are women having an average?
The average, but don't make yourself an outlier to be different. We just saying the average for women we settled on was 3, and we did the mathematics.
But I was confused on the question still. But anyway,
some men be getting nothing if we're gonna be honest.
What up, buzzing, bird, flip a dozen. Holla at your boy, you thought your cousin was.
My brother Stride in the building became a member about goddamn time.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
Not too much of my brother now. Not too much of my brother.
Brother too. Blue or the duo with the $10 says, ask them how many times they want it, and if they have it, if they have to do it all the time, work. Most of them are pillow princesses anyway. Gasping for air after 4 bounces.
Oh, that's funny to you.
Huh?
I said that was funny to you.
Yeah. Mike Brown, the setup was
perfect.
Yeah, man. We had to walk it slow, B. And Lou, I think Lou, the number they gave is the number they think's acceptable. You feel me? So the number they gave is usually what they probably looking for. Like when Isha says 7, she projecting because she just told us she doing it 2 times a day. You feel me? Mr. Payne, what's popping with the $5 says the average dude has 1 to 2 max. Many are happy with just one good. What? Mr. Payne, you gotta chill, baby. That 70 showing. Hakeem with the $5 says Pimp J saying she'll have holes in different area codes.
Yes,
Aaron with the $2 says this is why the women's POV is my favorite. This might be risky show. Nick Taylor was popular with the $2 says I'm sitting back watching the show. Nick Taylor. Mike Brown with the $5 says ladies, what are the men you are been with actually saying in this situation? Of course, quote unquote, y'all busting it down 4 times a week. Have y'all heard this complaint previously about sex not being
No, because they were working.
I'm about to say my last man told me that sex wasn't a big part of the relationship, so I don't know.
He said just be available when he off work. That's it.
He get off work every day, so I guess that makes sense.
No, sometimes he would not like that. He worked a different type of schedule. So
2 days on, 3 days off.
Yes, it's kind of like a DuPont type of thing. So it wasn't
2
always
days on, 3 days off. So 3, 4, 5. Yeah, makes sense. Thomas Ford with the $5 says straight up ovarian answers. Women cannot be objective. Aaron with the $2 said this is why y'all gotta share your bestie with a real nigga. Jonathan, I need that sloppy win. Oh
wow, shit like that.
Perfect. Dazzle razzle. Let me set up the departure lights in the back.
Wow.
Big wow.
Aaron with the $2 says Sean for president and Jason for the VP. Realest niggas tonight. Liking role reversal. This so far. That's a pretty good job. For butchering my life.
Shit like that.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
We got it though. Salute to my OGs in the building, man. Kasim, what up? Damn, yo. So y'all worked y'all way through that. You know, I think it was good. All right, so fellas, she pressing you to get married, man. You don't talk to her father just for the formalities. She got the ring on and all that, but you know, you kind of assessing it. You got this contract in front of you. When you see other men sign that contract and things go awry, they getting raw dogged in divorce, pause. But you love her though. She come from a good family and all that. You propose, you know. I've been engaged for a year. What you think, man? You signing that contract?
I'm a man. I'm still a man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not signing it. We're gonna do it above with the Most High looking down, and we're gonna figure out the paperwork on the back end. But we don't need the government, and we don't need the government.
That zipper, it got a zip on it.
We don't need the government involved.
So what you doing? Why you giving her a ring?
Because that's what she wanted.
She a good woman though, Sean.
She is a good woman, but I don't want the government involved in my shit. So
what you scared of, Sean?
Look.
Don't you want to make an honest woman out of her, Sean?
We're gonna be honest. We don't gotta go sign on papers though.
You don't trust her, Sean?
Depending on how much I love her, I would do that. But if she cool with not going down that road, we cool.
But you just said you don't need the government involved, Sean. Now she put a little press on you, a little PUSSY on you, Sean.
No, because we all know, like when we fall for somebody, like we fall. So anything is bound to happen. But I'm saying if I still got the upper hand and we don't got to do that, I would prefer not to do that. I would prefer not to get the government involved. We could do power attorneys, all the other litigation, whatever. But yeah, we don't really got to go. And that's my stance, male or female. So
nah, we talking about Sean. Where you bound to lose if divorce comes, Sean.
yeah, then we definitely not getting a paper.
If I gotta get paper, I'm getting a prenup.
And that part.
What you got? What you got, Alex? You don't got shit. What you gonna put on the prenup?
Can't we speak in the future for prenup?
You an average nigga.
Even, I mean, what do you mean? I don't have stuff. I do have assets.
You don't own
but I mean,
remember,
if I got
Alex, she got the house. Remember, they bought the most houses during COVID. Now the foreclosures, we ain't talking about that, but you catch my drift, Sean, Alex.
But I've always been a stand-up guy, so I've always had my own. You not like if you got that house, cool, that's fine. I guess you could stay there after the divorce, but I got my own stuff over here, or we gonna go get a place together and we can put money in together or something like that. But nah, we can. I'm not with the paper either. We can do it in front of God. That's fine.
I thought God should obey the laws of the land, Alex.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, fuck the laws, huh?
No, because the laws of the land has common law marriage. So either way, I mean, technically,
we're still married.
Oh, so you gonna shack up with this woman for 8 years, huh, Alex? Until you meet common law standards.
Not 8, and common law is less than 8 years, but not 8.
What, 7?
No.
It's like 5.
No, definitely not. 7
days of the week. But that's just how I feel about marriage. If she want to go ahead and get the paper, then we just gonna have some stipulations with it. Because if we going off of what my belief is, and you lining up with my belief, that's why we're getting married. It ain't no divorce. To death do us part.
Well, I thought you said you was a stand-up dude, so you would go ahead and do it. You reneging, Sean, Alex?
What you mean? Go ahead and do what?
I mean, you said you were a stand-up guy, so I guess that meant you was gonna marry her, Alex. But now you getting cold feet, Alex, and now you don't want to do it, Alex. Now you're gonna say, "Hold on, Alex, don't cut me off. You a nigga today." Okay?
Yeah, I am.
So, Alex, you said you gonna shack up with her for 7 years, Alex.
I ain't say that. Hamlet, you make don't do that. Don't do that. Don't be
say
trying
that.
to.
You did say that. You said common law is a thing, right?
No. What did I say? Who's talking?
You said common law is a thing.
Let's
Remember that?
Me. Am I not the stronger one?
You said common law is a thing. Did you not?
I'm telling you that I didn't say it.
This nigga just lies?
Yeah. I told you that I didn't say
this nigga
it.
just
Rodney
Rod. This nigga just lies, bro. Roddy Rod, what you gonna do, Roddy Rod? Check your man.
I'm gonna do the papers. But I mean, yeah, I'm gonna do the papers.
Crimson, what up? You gonna do the
if
papers?
It's worth it? Like if I'm sorry, what'd you say?
No, go ahead.
If everything is lining up, you know, how it should be lining up, vetting process, everything like that went well, why not? I'm also, you know, I guess
Rod, keep
indifferent about the whole government having I don't care about that stuff because have any of y'all ever given blood? I'm just saying. Ever given blood, ever went to a hospital, ever you in the system. Like
for sure. But it's still like for me, it's just still a lot behind my beliefs in the government that like even if I wasn't a nigga, if my man would come to me and say he didn't want to get married on paper, I would be okay with that. That's just me. And it's nothing against.
Well, hold on, Sean. So, Rod, you know, so what do you think about it? Do you think you signing a bad contract, Rod?
No, I don't think I'm signing a bad contract as long as everything is good as far as vetting. You know, I know things change. I know things become hard, but if I vet it like I should have, then I don't think it's a bad contract. I'm not gonna be like, but we getting a prenup because blah 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 blah. I'm gonna just be like, this is what it is, and I'm hoping, sometimes things work out, sometimes they don't.
No, I definitely hear you.
Stop the cap.
So it's crazy. We had Jason's sister on here last week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Slim told us that these women ain't shit. That I want to pull up the clip, but if they don't believe me, I will. I had to, because I had asked her the question like, "Yo, so women really that grimy?" Her name was Jalen. She's like, "Yeah." She said it, and somebody else said it. Jason, you remember when your sister said it last week?
Mm-hmm.
So, Jason, your man Roddy Rod up here saying what he's saying. What you going? I mean, you help him out, or
what about women not being?
Oh damn! Now Rod yelling and shit. Rod, you good?
No, I'm not yelling. I'm not yelling. Damn, don't do me like that. Because I said if I'm betting right, just because I said the majority does not mean that there isn't a good woman out there that I could find and marry.
You like probability, Roderick?
The probability is high.
Even though they're in the minority, Roderick?
Even if they're in the minority, because I'm gonna say it this way.
So I don't think that's
Wait, Jason.
I'm sorry, Roderick. Go ahead.
Y'all mannerisms are supposed to be dude. This is
wait, Jason.
Go ahead, Rod. Go ahead.
Do we also believe that people can change?
Oh yeah, women change more than I change my socks.
So with that being said, just because there may be a majority of women who are acting a certain way, didn't we also say that women can change for a certain type of men as well?
Of course, but she could also change for the worst, even if I'm the right type of man, because she just wants to change.
Yeah,
she just wanted to change.
Yeah, I mean, we can have that and be like, but what if this and then what if that? But I'm saying when it comes to marriage, obviously,
you how many women have you dated, Roderick?
How many women have I dated?
Yeah, let's get to that.
Mm-hmm.
Too many to count.
Well, apparently, I'm a SN. That's what I was called earlier. So, yeah, we're gonna say it's a lot. I've dated a lot of women.
I did call you that. I apologize. I'm an average nigga. My memory just. Anyway, so Roderick, I like math. So when it comes to fractions and percentages, right? When the majority, that's usually above 50%, 49%. I'm an average nigga. I'm not that good at math. I just like to act like I do. But anyway, so 51% of women ain't shit. 49% could be shit. What does that say to you?
I still stick with the majority. The 51 is the majority. But again, there's so many other factors in it just saying, oh, these people ain't this, but these people are. Right?
If there's so many ain't shit women available at my disposal, and because let's be honest, the average woman, pretty much they all look the same. I'll be honest. Most women look the same. Most women have the same demeanor. I've literally been in rooms with female attorneys that be shaking their ass on Saturday, like a regular woman. So she could possibly be a good woman, but she don't present herself as such. So I'm gonna put her in the ain't shit pile. After I have gone through so many good women, they start to not look good anymore because they display traits that are unbecoming of a woman. So that 51-49 I just gave you starts to shift more into 80% of these women ain't shit, 20% are good. So with that probability right there, that unbalanced ass probability, if I flip a coin with that 80-20 probability, how many times would it land on ain't shit?
Probably, majority of the time, yeah.
Okay then. So if
But
I
it
end
don't
up,
change Jason, listen.
bro,
I
you're trying to
get
live in fairy tale. I'm giving you the
No,
real.
I'm not living in fairy tale. I'm living in a reality that people can change. And I don't like
I
being
agree with
boxed in
you.
like this,
Women
Jason.
change.
I don't like
Women
being boxed
change
in like
like
this, Jason.
listen,
Jason, I don't like
women.
being boxed in like this.
Listen, I get it, Roderick,
Why
but
did you
women
live in the
change
bro
more than
code?
I change my socks, Roderick. They
Right. But we
change
always talk
so
about how
much.
women act a certain way for a certain type of dude. And if I'm an SN,
Roderick, Roderick, the rest of us are average ass niggas up here, right? You a SN, so I guess it'll work out for you. Whoop-de-doo. Hope it works out. I don't know. So average niggas, right? When we flip that coin and get an ain't shit woman, do you think she's gonna transform into this fairy tale wife, or is she gonna be a regular woman that has her own brain, that has her own mind, that wants to go on this self-discovery journey by herself and find herself all of a sudden, and now all of a sudden she just want to have sex less, she want to go out with her girls more, she want to start taking up new hobbies, painting, doing pottery and shit. I barely get to see her. I'm like, do you think that's more so gonna happen, or do you think she's gonna change into this?
why would I even suggest on dating somebody like that in the first place if I know that's how they're gonna be? Like if I know that they're gonna more likely be that, what'd you say?
Because that's most women. Most women change. We agreed in the beginning. Most women change more than I change my socks. That's a lot, Roderick.
I get that.
That's
But
a
that's the
whole
thing.
lot.
But isn't there a whole vetting process before you get married? You're not dating somebody and then after 6 months of dating to a year of dating, are we saying that the majority of people are getting married 6 months to a year after they're dating? Is that the majority?
I'd probably say 1 to 4, depending. I would say 1 to 4 on average, not 6 months. But after you get past like the period of what's that shit called? Him like the 7-year
honeymoon
itch.
phase.
Yeah, honeymoon phase, 7-year itch, all that shit. Once you make it past that mark, that's when women start to change more so. When you get past 7 years and shit, that's when they want to start going on this self-discovery. Like life is boring all of a sudden, ain't no fun. I need some new shit. Do you think she gonna give up that self-discovery for me? Or do you think she gonna go on that self-discovery and realize that she may not like the marriage she's in? It may not be benefiting her. What I'm doing may be toxic, in her opinion, after going on this self-discovery.
That's why all of what you're saying, I'm like, I understand exactly what you're saying. The only difference is I'm not about to be dealing with somebody that I know is battling self-discovery before she even knows that she's battling self-discovery, because there's signs, there's red flags. Just because she's beautiful or just because she does certain things doesn't mean that I'm gonna be like, oh, well, let's turn those red flags yellow. No, that vetting process is gonna be extensive. And then if she's not with the vetting process, then she's not the one for me. I'm not gonna marry her. But if I find somebody that is the minority, then I'm gonna go ahead and sign that contract. So I may be a simp for it, or I may be living in Delulu land. So be it. But I'm gonna stick by the fact that if I'm going to marry somebody, then I'm going to marry them. I'm not going to have all these other factors because we've already determined that we are at the place where we want to get married.
No, I never said I would not marry that woman and make her an honest woman, because I'm a man. I got principles. Of course I would make her an honest woman. I'm not gonna let her be out here unkept. Of course. I'm gonna marry her. However, I should still be able to have the opportunity to protect myself as a man. Because, even though I'm still an average ass nigga at the end of the day, I could possibly end up not being an average ass nigga one day. The possibility is there. So why should I not protect myself as a man? I'm gonna still make you an honest woman at the end of the day. You gonna get what you want. But I need prenup. Go ahead, sign that right there. Yeah. Sign that.
So I
You
got a
still get to
question.
be an honest woman. What's the problem?
I have a question. Is the contract the prenup or the contract the marriage license or for the
I
marriage?
was just thinking, did you put Williams?
Okay.
All of them. All that.
Name Hamp, you wrong in so many ways. Sorry.
What was your
I'm
question?
sorry.
I was
Sorry,
trying to
Jay.
figure out what were we saying the contract was. Are we talking about like signing the contract to get married or signing a prenup? Because I mean,
marriage.
yeah, I mean, why not? Like if you choose that woman, I don't see why you wouldn't make an honest woman out of her and go all the way.
What about all the risks?
I mean, at the end of the day, if I've done my assessments and she's more of an asset than a liability to me, then yeah, like we doing it. I feel like I'm good enough to make this decision and I'm in the right headspace and all is well. I've done weighed all the pros and cons, then yeah, like we're gonna sign.
Okay,
She's
so
mine.
even though Jay Tastic told you how they be switching up and all that, you good with that?
Yeah, listen, because I'm the type of man. Listen, because I'm the type of man that ain't gonna be no question, baby. She gonna do what I say. Like it's not a question. She gonna get information. Period.
I think Coach Tavius forgot we average ass niggas. I'm sorry. I gotta remind the panel. We are average ass niggas, except Roderick. Roderick up there, up top of me, is a super nigga. But everybody else, Pimp said we was average ass niggas.
Well, that was my sis. That was my sis.
Well, I guess they trying to ask you what your average ass gonna do different from all the other average ass niggas that got taken to the cleaners.
Listen, if I tell you, then I mean I can't give you the secret sauce. But
We need it. We need to know, beloved. We all of us average.
She gonna marry up. She gonna marry up, and we're gonna be like Mary J. Blige husband, and we're gonna be like Faith Evans ex-husband, and we're gonna get that cash too.
So now y'all hypergamous niggas. Come on. Hey Calvin, what you think, man? We're glad you back in the crib.
Okay. So I'm gonna take my average ass and I'm gonna get me the best average ass chick that I could find, because I know the majority out there is trash. When I find something good, then I'm gonna go on ahead and I'm gonna hold it down with my average ass, and we're gonna live our average ass life.
You're not gonna make no risk assessments and all that?
Of course. That was the risk assessment. The risk assessment was letting something go to possibly get more of below average that's out there. You know what I'm saying? If the 80% are trash and I find one that's in the 20%, I'm gonna hold down that one that's in that 20%, and we're gonna live averagely ever after.
Okay, you saying everything gonna be all right? Now, what make you
Yeah.
different? What make you part of the 50% that's gonna make it?
Because I have realistic expectations.
Okay, and based on what you hear from the women, they want average niggas.
It ain't about what the majority want, because I'm after that 20%.
I know, but what make you stand out when they want the top 20% and you in the bottom 50%?
Oh, well, they're lost. They can be out there.
They're lost. You an average nigga.
Yeah, but it's still gonna be their loss, because if the majority, if they want
Calvin,
the,
I ain't gonna hold
if
you. You
they
keep rolling your neck and shit, my brother. They gonna think you a soft. I'm gonna tell you that now. Go ahead, I'm listening.
But no, the thing is that if they're looking for the what you say, that if they're looking for the top 20% or whatever, and I'm supposed to be like in the bottom 40, well, the math ain't mathing, so they're gonna just be out there looking for that top 20%. They're not gonna find it, but here I am. I'm average. I'm decent. You know what I'm saying? I can take care of myself. I can take care of, you know what I'm saying, my responsibilities and everything like that. And they looking for something that's that rare. and they're being that picky about it, so be it.
Oh,
I
because you
just
did.
stick. I just stick with my two bitches and still get my pussy 6 times a week.
So you okay? So you looking to be settled for then? Okay.
Yeah, everybody settles. What do you mean?
Huh? No, I'm just saying you looking to be settled for it. Like that's good with you.
Yeah, everybody settles. What do you mean?
So you think that you gonna be locked in with her, lock in step if she had to settle for you? If she don't look
Yeah, because
at
I'm
you
selling.
with those eyes, you know what I mean? You ever had a woman look at you with them eyes when you know she ain't going nowhere? You had that
Yeah,
before?
them eyes don't stay forever. I'm not gonna
Nah,
be
that's a
mad.
fact though. So now take this walk with me. Now she done settled for you. She got a baby by another nigga. Boom. All right, Calvin's still hanging around. You know what I'm saying? I did what I had to do. He was a good nigga in high school. All right, I'm gonna circle back. You good with that, Cal?
Wait, say that again.
You heard it.
No, I didn't.
What
I heard
touch
it, but I
me?
didn't retain it. What'd you say?
I got you. You wait, what?
I said I heard it, but I didn't retain it. It was too long
Nah,
of a story.
well, that's the story though, Cal. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So she
So
got a
what?
kid.
Okay,
She got a kid.
so
Y'all
I was
30.
dealing with her in high school,
Nah, you went to
and
high school
then
with her. You liked her. She ain't like you. She
mhm,
looked past you. Y'all was cool. You was in the friend zone. You know how that shit go.
yeah.
She live her life. She had a baby by the nigga she wanted, but he ain't treating her right. And then she
Mhm.
circled back. All right, Cal, I'm here, my nigga. You know what I mean? You good with that?
Oh no, I don't do circle backs. What do you mean?
No. Well, she never kicked it with you. It's just that, you liked her. She was cool in school. You was an average nigga. So now, boom, push come to shove, 33, 34. She had a baby, but the nigga ain't really feeling her. They fell out. But she needs somebody to hold her down. She said, all right, Calvin's still around.
Did
Oh,
she know I
damn.
liked her?
Yeah, Stevie Wonder could see you liked her, Cal.
Oh well, then no.
This nigga Cal. Come on, Cal. Come on, Cal.
No.
Stop the Cal. Come
Okay.
on, man.
Well, I mean, you asked me again. My answer's not going to change.
Cal, you don't got a bunch of shit to curve, Cal. This the woman you've been
Yeah.
looking for. I've seen a rich nigga do this before.
Yeah, she was the person that I was looking for in high school. She's no longer that person.
Never mind, Cal. They said you were incel. All right, never mind. Perfect. All right, man. I mean, damn, man. Cal, it's hard out here, Cal. Because think about it, Cal. They think the majority of us are unattractive. They
That's
said
cool.
only 20% of us are attractive. You in that lower 80%, Cal.
Who said that?
The women.
I don't remember being unattractive.
No, you just average. They just don't think you that top 20%. They're not looking for you. They're not checking for you.
Yeah, okay, but I don't remember not being attractive. I don't remember that. When did that
No, you
happen?
just average. You average. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm average, sure, but that doesn't mean I'm unattractive.
But you're not in that 20%. You're not at 8, 9, or 10. You a
Okay,
4 or
yeah,
5.
and I'm not of the belief that most women are looking for that top 20% like that.
So Cal, how you know? That's what they told us.
That's not my experience.
So you just delusional, Cal?
Yeah, I'm delusional if you want to say that, sure.
And you a nigga?
Yeah, I'm a nigga. I'm a nigga that know that they ain't ugly. And I'm not unattractive.
Might check Cal birth certificate. Her name right. Okay.
Okay.
Cal, well, hey Cal, let me ask you. You date a baby mom though?
Would I or have I?
Both.
I would, yes. Have I? No.
Okay. So you do make some concessions,
Yeah.
but you okay. Gotcha. How tall are you, Calvin?
I'm 5'10".
How tall are you, Callie Evan? You still your
No,
same
I'm
height,
5'10".
nigga. You still your same height. You
Well,
just a
no, if
nigga.
I'm if I'm a nigga, I'm more than my female height. I'm high, I'm taller than my sister.
Okay, how tall are you and your female?
Oh, my sister's 5'5".
No. I don't know, Cal. It ain't looking good, baby boy.
I was about to say Kylie. I remember Kylie's sister. I mean, Calvin's sister saying that she wouldn't date a man that wasn't attractive. So
No, my sister said that she wouldn't date no nigga that's super fine, like no Tyson Bedford type nigga.
No, your sister definitely said she wouldn't date nobody that wasn't attractive. Because we was in a Discord and we was talking about the like dating bigger men and men that may not be attracted. And y'all say, oh, if a nigga is ugly, he's done for. You wouldn't even look his way.
Yeah. Just because you're not Tyson Bedford doesn't mean that you're ugly.
I guess.
So what y'all think? Calvin, you signing that contract because you're gonna get a head piece of hay and a needle stack?
Yeah.
Nigga, death by 1,000 cuts. You're like a porcupine by the time you get out of there. Coach Tavis.
No sacrifice, no victory.
Coach Tavis, you say you gonna make sure you got the gift of gab and all that, so you gonna make sure she treats you different than anybody else, and she not gonna spin on you.
Right, exactly. So you're gonna know what time it is.
Roderick, you said you gonna find an outlier like Calvin.
Yeah, we'll just go with that. Yeah.
Ishmael, what say you? You signing the paperwork, is she? You on mute?
I am. I'm marrying up.
Oh, so you gonna be a Stedman.
Whatever's clever. But when it comes time for that divorce, I'm not taking a risk.
Nasty work, son. God damn. And then Alex, you said you gonna shack up with her, disregard the Most High, and when you married after 7 years, huh?
Emma, I already told you that I didn't say that, so we're not gonna do that. And I'm not getting married, actually. And if I do get married, I'm gonna get me a white girl.
And now you know what, Alex? You had me all the way up.
Wait a minute. What is crazy? We gotta talk about them. They out the chat tonight.
But you know what? You know, her sister said she like white men.
Yeah, but we supposed to
that is fucking crazy, Alex.
I don't like it, Alex.
Wait, Hamp, I think Alex gonna be a passport, bro. I think that's what that means.
Oh, no. I'm saying in America. Oh, definitely. I'm saying in America. Either if not the white girl, then I get a spicy Latina. You know what I'm saying? Like she gonna get right.
The spicy Latina. But
Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Fifi with the $2. It's about time you found some niggas who keep it 100. Hakeem with the $2 says, Jay, do me a favor and say, brother.
Never.
Brother.
Never.
Granny with the $5 tell Calvin invest in lotion. Perfect. Chrome Yasha Allah, man. Salute. Hakeem with the $5 says, I ain't play this. My brother Ezekiel, stay holding me down. Hold on, where is it? Jay done fucking reorganized this. I don't know where nothing at.
Sends his regards.
Yeah.
You know how I love money.
Hakeem with the $5 says, I saw Calvin in the club last week with 3 bad bitches. Tell him to stop lying.
What up, buzzing, bird flipping dozen. Holla at your boy, you thought your cousin was.
My Ezekiel Ben Israel in the building, gifted 5 memberships, man. Salute, my G. Whoever got blessed with one, please maintain it. The members only streams be fucking epic, bro. Perfect. You think that us as men should offer as much provision as possible? Like an example, do you think men, even if we making about the same amount, we try to pay at least a little bit more? Like, let's say the the household bills? Which I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Niggas saying, yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
Because we niggas, like, that's crazy. You always like to throw the Bible out. The Bible said, y'all, that's y'all job. I'm just a girl, Hamp. I'm just a girl.
You
Sean.
You a
today.
man, Sean.
I'm just a man, so I gotta do what I gotta do.
Your mannerisms,
Man's
Sean,
world.
need some work.
We
Nigga,
didn't just
Sean
saved
said,
him from.
yeah. Nigga Sean is sassy as fuck.
He just recently found salvation, Hamp. Jesus Christ.
Say less. Okay, so you think men generally try to pay the as much as they can? Okay.
Right.
Do you think most men definitely willing to protect?
Now we talk about these 2025 men.
We talking about y'all and then extrapolate y'all to most men.
Yeah, I mean that's
protect mine.
No, you built for that. So I mean, it's by nature that's what you're going to do.
Calvin, what you think? Roderick, Ishmael?
Yeah. I'll definitely
Yeah,
protect.
I'm
Definitely
yeah, I'm
protect.
gonna protect mine.
Definitely protect and provide. So
Okay. Do you think men work physically harder than women? You think we work physically harder than women?
For
Like
sure.
hard
Yes.
jobs. Who you think does the hard job? Would you say?
us as men.
I'm not doing no hard job. I mean,
Sean, come on, Sean.
Be
I'm
patient,
sorry.
Hamp. Be patient.
Yeah,
Salvation. He just found it. He just found it. He trying.
So what y'all think? You think men generally do like harder jobs? I mean, I'm asking.
Yeah.
Y'all can use both y'all brains.
Mm-hmm.
No, for real.
Yeah, our jobs tend to be more labor intensive, sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Physically harder.
Yeah.
We're
Do
bigger
you
and
think
stronger.
our jobs can be equally as cerebral?
What that mean?
No.
Do you think that our jobs we have to use our brains along with our brawn? Like women use their brains, right? But ours are physically harder. And do you think they're less cerebral?
I wouldn't say that then. Mm-mm.
Which I think.
It's always mind over matter. So if it's gonna be a harder job, you do have to convince yourself to do it.
Well,
Whether
no,
it's hours.
So what
Oh,
I'm
go ahead.
saying is right. So like
Mhm.
men work physically harder, right? But then I think the other side is that you don't have to think as much while doing it, you know? But do you think that that's true, or do you think that these jobs are physically harder and equally as cerebral? Like you got to think through it, problem solve, produce, etc. What you think?
Yeah,
I would say.
Because
I
if
would
you
say,
don't, it hurt. I mean, a lot of times it's strenuous. A lot of times you got to use a lot more of your body, a lot more of your, like these working on machines and building stuff. Like you have to be conscious because if not, and really thinking through these things, because you can hurt yourself. And then what protection? What provision? Because you're gone. You know what I mean? So you gotta.
Yeah, and then not. And then if you in corporate America, like you code switching a lot. It take a lot of manpower to do that.
Well, we talking about physically demanding jobs, though.
Well, no, just all of it, right? So men's job, right? So that's okay.
Yeah, just to be like a man working every day. Yeah, you're gonna have to conduct yourself physically, or you're gonna have to conduct yourself mentally to be able to deal with them people.
Well, yeah, because you always leading.
Yeah, so you always trying to figure out something.
There's man doesn't have the luxury to not think.
I would say even in regular jobs, right? Because I'm an average nigga. So
You low,
job,
Jay.
Oh, I don't know how to make it. How
Your
about
voice. Speak louder.
now? Okay. I'm an average ass nigga, right? So in my average ass jobs that I worked when I was a teenager, even in those jobs, there was a disparity in physical work. Like, even though we both had the same job position, they would still come to me first before her to like pick up heavy shit and move heavy shit or just do something more physical. So even in the jobs in which we have an equal position, they'll still look to us for the physical stuff more than the women. So I would say more so than not, we have the more physical labor jobs and we're equal when it comes to analytical because education, healthcare, you still have to have a high analytical brain to do those jobs, like
Yeah.
especially
No,
in
100%.
healthcare.
And then you even look at like HVAC, plumbing, electrician, right? Like the danger is there, you know. Engineering, right? Even schematics, you know. So okay. Ishmael, you agree with the sentiment? Alex, you agree? Yeah.
I do. I agree.
Okay. So let me ask y'all, right? That's just a couple of things. What y'all think about this? You know how they take all the credit for the kids and shit? Like we'll say we do provision, protection, we work physically harder and just as cerebrally or mentally, right? And then they rebut with we have kids for y'all. Ain't those kids everybody's?
That's not true at all.
Oh my god. What the
They my kids. Yeah, like they my kids and they your kids too, but they still my kids. So when I say that, it's because you know it depends on the dynamics. If I'm outside, I mean if you outside, wait, okay, I gotta go. I don't know. Okay, if I'm outside, I'm sorry, and I'm working, and my wife is at home and she with them kids, oh, she working too. She working 2 jobs. Have you dealt with a toddler all day?
Wait, is she at home with the kids or is she working and at home with the kids?
If she working and at home, she got 3 jobs.
So is she home with the kids? Or what are you saying exactly?
Both. If she working and at home, she got 3 jobs. If she working and just staying at home, she got 2.
Okay, so you're saying that. What are you saying, Sean?
I'm saying that mentally it's more work.
With the kids?
Hell yeah.
Okay. So you're saying that's a good comeback?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's a comeback, but I feel like.
Well, it's a rebut. So, we have kids for y'all.
Yeah, it's yeah. Even
so you're saying that equals everything that you do.
If she just take down, it's the difference. Like I said, if she's taking care of them kids and she's at home by herself, being a full-time parent, I feel like that is the equal playing field because statistics have shown that staying at home and taking care of kids is like having 2.5 jobs. So yeah, I do agree.
Can you show me that?
I don't know.
I mean, I can't, but
you just do.
That's what I heard.
Okay.
I just don't get that.
I'll just throw it. Go ahead.
Don't get on Sean. Don't get on.
I don't get it. Because it's like so what you saying that for? Like that's what it's made for, right?
Wait. Hey, you ain't got kids?
I don't, but I know that's what it's made for. I understand that's what it's made for.
And all I'm saying
is, I got kids. We ain't giving out participation trophies.
It ain't participation. What I'm saying is, Alex, is because you are a man and mentally you can handle more shit than I can. I'm saying, bitch, I'm overwhelmed. I'm at home with these kids. They crying. They want apple juice. They want cocoa. They just want too much, and it's just me.
And you're there by and I have worked hard and put in the things to where you can just be there.
But you're working hard, my brother.
Ain't there apple juice in the refrigerator?
You are working hard, but you still have the luxury to be outside at home without them kids.
No, because I'm helping. I take Junior to the practices. I take Zara to ballet. I do all that.
No. Wow. Sean, you don't do that.
I do that because you were complaining. You were complaining. So
No. We moving a little too fast. Let's slow this down.
Not because you at home and I'm making the money and I'm making sure.
Sean, I understand that. Yes. I mean, I talk about Sean, Alex. I understand that. But what I'm saying is you're outside, you're living your life. You still have free reign. I'm at home with these kids. I'm still doing my wifely duties. I'm cooking. I'm making sure everything's correct. I'm doing homeschooling the kids. Whatever I'm doing at their house, I'm making sure it's done.
Wait, so who are you?
Hold on.
Fuck shit out. What the fuck?
You know what?
It's crazy how she flipped as soon as you heard something that you ain't like.
Sean has unlocked.
You know what,
his
Sean?
femininity.
You know what, him? You know what? I don't understand what she's saying. I understand.
All right, hold your horses, Sean. Hold your horse. You don't turn into a girl again quick.
No, that's his sister. That's his sister. Don't
Tell her get out the room, B.
Yeah,
I'm saying I'm over here and I gotta talk right to these people. See, you at the house, you can pop Junior. I can't pop the person that I'm working with. I gotta breathe for a minute, hold in all the masculinity that I want to choke this person because I done told them 50, 11 times how to do it.
I can't pop Junior because I'm gonna end up in jail. We can't hit kids nowadays, so I'm gonna end up in jail. So I can't pop him. I'm waiting for you to come home and be my saving grace.
And I did. I brought pizza. I said, hey, let mommy go to sleep for a little bit.
I mean, if you did that, then we find it.
Do y'all as men, do y'all contribute? Keep it tall to the household when you get home. Other than working because this doesn't sound like enough.
The house that y'all in, I'm paying for. So I'm contributing to it before I even get there. So you see what I'm saying? Like that's why I'm like, oh well, I'm at home, I'm taking care of the kids. Okay, well that house, that roof that's over y'all head is because I'm out here working. Right? So what we talking about?
Okay, so I'm not no super nigga. I don't wear my drawers on the outside, right? So I work, she work. I pay majority of the bills. She takes care of majority of the household stuff. I help out. I help out with the domestic stuff. She help out with the financial stuff. But we both have our main focuses. Okay, so yeah, tuck my drawers in. All right.
So you saying, but you doing enough to where that can't just be leveraged over you type shit.
Exactly.
No, it can't be leveraged over me.
Okay, so okay, Calvin doing better with his mannerism. Roddy,
It's
Rod,
how
what you
we
think?
going into character.
Hold on, Sean. Roderick, what you think?
I mean, it's a equal exchange here. So if I'm working 16 hours and I need some sleep, then I'm gonna get some.
Watch your neck, Rod.
I'm gonna get some sleep. Oh, my bad. Yeah,
Stand, just sit up straight. You be all right. Don't see, Calvin got to keep his arms like this.
it's yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna get some sleep if I know that I'm only working, not as many hours as I normally do, and she cooking, then I'm gonna make sure I'm spending time with the baby. So once she's done and she's good, she let me know, and then I'll go back to doing other things. So it's like a never-ending kind of cycle here.
Okay. Ish.
I get the kids every other weekend and I pay child support.
Oh, that is fucking wild.
Okay. So we provide, we protect, we contribute to the house, we pay the majority of the bills. Are we willing to kill and die for our women in that order or no? Just making sure the level of protection.
Absolutely. Huh? What was the order?
Kill and die.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Because
wait, you talking about like on like some break-in type stuff?
Well, yeah, just like the protection part. Are we willing to do those two things for our women in that order?
Well, if somebody breaking into my house, I'm not doing it for her. I'm doing it because it's my house.
Oh, this is crazy.
Well, she's a part of your house.
Well, yeah, but I'm not doing it for her. It's literally our house. I'm protecting my house.
You can't be my nigga because what?
Right.
You got to go.
I'm saying, what? I live there too. Shit. What you mean?
I mean,
it just happened 36 hours ago. Please give them time.
Okay, shit, bro.
It don't happen overnight. I said it's 36
Okay,
hours.
So Calvin, you're not willing to kill and die for your woman.
I asked you specifically, is we talking about some break-in type shit? If somebody fuck with her or whatever. Yeah, no, if somebody fuck with her, then yeah. But you talking about on some break-in shit, I'm not protecting my household. I'm protecting my household, I'm not protecting her.
I'm just saying, you said break-in. All I said, are you willing to kill and die for your woman?
I asked for an example. That's all. That's it. I asked for an example, and I expounded on the example that I gave.
Somebody do something
But
to her.
yeah, so if somebody fucking with her or whatever like that, and you know it reaches to that level, then yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, do y'all think men are?
Like
Do you
me.
think, do you think we are willing to kill and die for their woman?
If you my woman, like yeah, you gotta be my woman though.
All right, let me ask this question. Are y'all do you think we support our women like emotionally and shit like that?
Fuck no. Say no, I don't know. I'm joking. I think we do to a certain extent.
I think there's an attempt to, but there's just that misunderstanding of how emotions work and how different they are than men. So
I agree with Roger Williams.
Okay. Tavis?
I think a lot of times we don't know how to deal with it because that's not something as a man we deal with, right? So it's hard to understand, but we're there to support anyway, even though we don't understand the feelings. So yeah, I do believe we're supportive.
I mean, I give a half-assed effort, but you know, it just seemed like she just talking.
I told her I came from some old school niggas. Like, we don't do all that, you know what I'm saying? Touchy, all, you know, I ain't in my feelings like that. So, but I listen. I listen all day.
Okay.
I don't. I think men try, but I think women can be a little bit too emotional sometimes.
Most time or minority of the time?
Most times.
It's crazy how y'all know this shit and we be up here fighting all day. This is fucking J-tastic.
I like to fix shit, right?
Uh-huh.
When she come to me with problems, she don't necessarily be wanting me to fix shit. And it's the most confusing thing. So I don't be really knowing how to support her because I'm not gonna sit there and talk about feelings. I feel like that's what your homegirls are for. That's why, you feminine, you a woman. You supposed to go to your girls to go vent and not solve problems. Y'all just have a circle of mimosas, whatever the fuck y'all do, right? When you come to me, you expect me to fix stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm here. I'm here to find solutions, lead us on the right path.
But Jay,
what's up? Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's the right way to approach it if you know they don't receive it? Or do you think that they're just being emotional and slightly illogical with how they want to receive it?
Yeah, I think they're not understanding and slightly illogical about how men truly are. I think if you want to be with somebody who is a man, like one of us, right? You got to accept the fact that when you come to me with problems, my natural disposition is not going to be to sit there and vent with a mimosa. It's going to be to fix it. What's wrong? What's wrong? How to let's get a plan in. I be jumping to action. She be getting upset. I'm like, what's the problem?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm here for.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's the issue.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
Hold on, Sean, please. Sassy's a motherfucker. So, do you guys think it is smart, given the irregular? How do you say?
Irregularities.
Yes, in women that was cited by J-tastic, the all over the place. J-tastic sister said they have unbecoming behavior. They damn near trifling, and that's a whole word.
My sister did not say that.
Well, you said they'll do you if they get the opportunity. Most women.
Yeah.
So with all that said, as men, knowing how women weaponize words, do you think it's intelligent, even with the women we lay to next to every day, based on all the information we know, it's smart to be 100% vulnerable with her?
No.
based on all you know about women?
No.
Women or my woman?
Women.
Yeah, I'm not with women. I'm with my woman.
Vulnerable enough to cry? Is that what you're asking?
Vulnerable just to share everything.
Don't be crying around me. But
Oh, that is crazy.
Well, no, but my expectation is that she be wide open and 100% vulnerable with me.
And that is fucking crazy.
Well, we try. All right, now I need y'all to be a little bit less facetious, all right, for this question. Because I want to understand y'all ideology as answering as men, but you guys still have women brain. And I need to go back to all the questions I asked you because there was a follow-up there. But I just wanted to ask this in the midst of me asking questions. So when y'all process it as men and y'all know how women do think, you've seen, what happens when a man's vulnerabilities are leveraged against him. You see how visceral things get in divorce court and shit like that about what's said about a man to gain leverage, allegations and all types of shit, right? We see men lose opportunities because of false allegations because you guilty in the court of public opinion, regardless if it's proven a lot of the times, right? Like even now, I don't play a lot of Diddy shit just because he guilty in everybody's eyes. And I don't even know if he could recover if he gets exonerated or not, as an example, So have you guys seen it in the earth, things, vulnerabilities of a man leveraged against him? Or do you think that's just a talking point?
No, it's definitely seen. It's seen a lot more than it's not, I would say. So I would say no, being vulnerable 100% is not a way to move at all. Just off the strength of protecting your peace and protecting things for yourself. I don't think that's wrong. Either way, honestly.
Yeah, I've seen it too. And it's definitely something that's necessary, even though it's something women might not like. But as a man, you gotta do what you gotta do.
What y'all think? So, and this is difficult, right? Cause maybe I should have parsed it out to be onto itself. But like, think about what happens, and then if you were a man, how would you process it? And you at the same time knowing how women feel about the fact that men are 100% vulnerable. But what would you do if you was in those shoes? It's a broadcast.
I don't even know. I try not to be.
Say again, Alex.
I was saying, honestly, I don't even know because I try my hardest not to be. I don't tell her everything. Nope. And I don't feel bad about it.
As a woman, do you feel like he's hiding something from you? And I'm saying feel. Do you feel like he don't trust you?
No, because I saw him. I understood that my father didn't do that as well. So it don't bother me.
You understood the why?
I didn't when I got older, yes.
Now I'm saying you understand the why?
Yes, but when I was younger, I didn't question it, and then it didn't seem like it seemed normal. So that's a normal part of my life. I never questioned the person that I was with, like, oh, you got to tell me every single thing we need. Nah, you got it.
Ish, what you think? So now this one is a little bit different. You got to process it. And then we know women, I don't know if they like how men rationalize not being 100% vulnerable. But when you look at what happens with that information, potentially, what would you do?
This one is hard because I'm not one of those women that's going to throw that stuff back in your face. So I would want my man to be 100% vulnerable. Just don't be crying in my face, like.
So he can be vulnerable, but if he
teardrop, but just sit up here crying, nah. Just tell me what's going on so I can try to help you. But we're not going to sit up in here and cry.
So
but
so if it's something that make him cry, keep it to himself.
Just do that before we start talking. But no, that's how I'm raised. I don't like anybody being weak like that. So that's my own issue. But I think a man could be vulnerable with I mean, most of my friends, they
So you were
power.
recommending the men be vulnerable with the women they with?
Yes, because sometimes women can help you. Like if you have a problem, we think two different ways. So if you're gonna come to me with
Majority
your
or minority
problem,
of the time, would you say?
what happened?
Majority or minority of the time?
I guess minority.
Come on, East.
No, because I do know women who have thrown it back in their face, like that's why your mother ain't love you, or some other, some hateful shit.
Go ahead, Sean. What you think? Because this is an exercise in like, yo, when you really gotta wear them shoes, and then we be fighting back and forth, like, you don't trust her if you ain't vulnerable. Yo, Sean, you give us something like that she could potentially use against you. Why, if you don't have to maintain the status quo? Like, your mother don't love you is diabolical.
I mean, I just feel like at the end of the day, if we together, you my dog. So why we like what we not being vulnerable for? Like that's crazy to me. Now I feel like at the end of the day, as just far as a person, I feel like everything ain't for everybody. Like even though you my dog, it's still some stuff that I may not let you know about. But that's for both male and female. But you can cry on my shoulder.
What you think?
Brother.
I'm a man right now.
You both.
I would say as a woman, I enjoy having a deeper connection with my partner. Yes, sex is there. Yes, the intimacy, great. But being able to converse about the things that we usually don't converse about with other people makes me feel like you trust me the same way I trust you. If that's not there, yeah, I feel some type of way about it. Because I'm basically being as vulnerable as possible with you, but yet it can't be reciprocated to me because in some way you're paranoid that I may throw it in your face. That means you don't trust me. Full stop. You don't trust me. So in that sense, why should I trust you?
Now, do you see? What about the reason why men don't do it?
I can understand why men don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if you have found somebody that's proven to you time and time again that they're going to be down for you no matter what, like she's literally proven it to you in real time, like you have physical memories of this woman being there no matter what, I do not see why that fear would still exist with her.
Because the woman that men thought did it to him. And this is the type of shit where you put your hand, you guard against having to put your hand on that same stove. This is the one thing where you could say, hey, if I don't share this, is it for the greater good? Because if she used this and weaponized this, ain't no coming back from it.
But we go through that too.
Well, we talking about the men.
Right, but you told me to be dual and give
Yeah,
duality,
but I'm saying
so.
we talking about the reason why he don't do it and process it why y'all don't like it. You see?
Mm-hmm.
So you guys, you saying you guys are 100% vulnerable either because you do it too?
Oh. That's not what I said, but
what did you say?
I said there are times where we experience a man that we were vulnerable with. Turns out we shouldn't have been vulnerable with them. We shouldn't have trusted them to that extent. It blew up in our face.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, and still, we still have to keep in a new relationship, we still have to get over that point, that whatever trauma you want to call it, we have to get over that in order to foster a new relationship with this man who may not hurt me in the same way the other one did.
Yeah, I understand that. I think that is that you trusted them with something and they use it against you, or you were hurt by that man, just so I'm clear. You were hurt by that man and you had to get over it. We talking about trusting them with something and then they weaponize what you trusted them with against you. See the dynamics? Also, we don't judge y'all from crying.
So vulnerability always has to lead to crime?
No, but the point is we judge for our vulnerabilities and then they're weaponized.
Okay.
We don't look at y'all vulnerabilities in the same light because we almost expect it.
But okay, a woman who's been with you for a long time, unless you hiding shit from her, she's seen you go through shit. Unless you just hide all of that, which is you must be amazing at that if you be doing that.
Yeah, that's why we're using the mantra 100% vulnerable. There's things that we hold close because the risk ain't worth the reward.
Well, then how you status quo makes sense. That's my answer. The status quo makes sense.
No, I'm saying we process. This is why this one was kind of difficult because you gotta process from both sides because it was pushed like maybe last week where if men ain't vulnerable, it's like a red flag or he doing something wrong or he not trusting or he got something to hide. When the truth is that information, does she need to know it for y'all to flourish? And if she knows it and shit's hit the fan, how could it be angled or weaponized? Like Isha said, your mama ain't love you, nigga. That's why you acting like this.
No, it just makes it makes me feel like all of the effort, all of the loyalty I've built with you, like all of that work isn't going to shit because you're finally trusting me with things that you don't trust other people with. Like, okay, like this is real. Like we're really at that point.
I think it seems like a little bit selfish.
Sound good.
I think in the moment when he's divulging like all his vulnerabilities, women are there to listen to him. But that moment that he does something and he cheats on her and she wants to hurt him the way that he hurt her, she's going to use that against him. She is going to weaponize it.
That ain't no guarantee.
We
that ain't that I don't think that you can speak in absolutes like that because a person who weaponizes words, they've shown that behavior before. You've seen it, you just ignored it.
No, I don't see. That's the thing, Callie. And see, you putting it back on the person, right? Because their vulnerabilities were used. The point is that she's willing to use the deepest of vulnerabilities, right? So just because she did it in a way before, that's the point that Isha making. Why would you share those things at all?
Well, no, I'm saying that.
You know.
Well, no, I'm saying that if she does weaponize words and everything like that, and now I can't verbalize if I'm going through something with her, why am I even with that person to begin with? I wouldn't be.
That's the thing. This how it rears its head. It's not just as clean as like that. You know that this person is not at fault for somebody using the deepest things that you chose to share with them against them.
I think
that's like
what I'm saying is
Go ahead.
So you're describing a situation in which I done already made a mistake and now I'm in it and then it happens, right? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, you in it and then what you share is used against you when she get upset or mad, whatever the case is.
Yeah, see, my girl brain is having a hard time processing being with somebody that I wouldn't be able to trust.
Well,
because I've seen them weaponize words against other people. So why would I go ahead and in turn then be with that person and then operate in the relationship that I can't trust that person? I couldn't do it.
The switch up be real. When people get hurt, you be surprised how they respond. Mad, angry, drunk, children, and old people. They start to tell you the truth. And if she can't whoop your ass, what's she gonna say?
Anything.
Yeah, I can't be with somebody that I wouldn't be able to trust.
But Kelly, you're assuming that.
But the thing is that
all this.
Well, no, you would have seen it already, is what I'm saying.
That's the thing. You can't just emphatically say that, especially because this person is hurt, mad, frustrated, and now they have this tidbit of information that they have to use, right? Like, why are we just assuming that we should have identified this, and because we didn't, like, how many women, like, and this is deeper than that, but there's been a lot of situations where women were vulnerable and they never thought it would happen.
We're talking about weaponizing words, or we talking about what you were saying?
You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing. Overpowering, weaponizing words, right? Going to the deepest to hurt you. Like real shit. This shit that be happening. So that,
and you're saying that we went on ahead and we tied the knot with somebody or got into a relationship with somebody, and we have to this point where I am supposed to be 100% vulnerable, and I've never seen this person angry, and I've never seen this person upset with anybody else, and not weaponize information against them other people. That's what we're saying.
If you want to blame the person that got it weaponized against them, all right. I mean,
I'm not blaming them. What I'm saying is that I cannot get past being with somebody that I've seen display that behavior.
No, I got you. You are blaming the person who got the words weaponized against them because they should have identified it before, but instead they look past it. I understand what you're saying.
So if this woman,
okay, all right, that's what I'm saying.
That wasn't regurgitation.
No, that's not what I'm saying. But okay, you got it.
Okay, say it again.
No, for what?
Because I'm trying to understand it. What? If my regurgitation was incorrect, say it again.
You are in deep with somebody, and you're saying throughout that time that behavior has not been displayed at all against anybody else, or even just with that person, you know what I'm saying, using information that she knows about somebody else and talking shit to you about it. That's what I'm saying. Like I cannot get past to even answer the question that you're posing to me. I can't even see being with somebody that's displayed that behavior, because then I can't be vulnerable. I can't be open with that person. I can't trust that person.
Yeah,
so I can't even see myself being with that person. That's why I'm saying it's difficult for me to answer the question.
Anecdotally speaking, I've seen it happen. 100%. Where people switch up when they get that mad, frustrated, whatever the case is, things will come out that you didn't know existed. And that's the woman's main weapon. And if I ignored it because I had an affinity and it wasn't egregious in that circumstance, but now when shit really hit the fan and she got something that she could really hurt me with, she leverages it. Right? If she's talking about her friends and gossiping, don't give a fuck. That don't affect me. But now we saying, then boom. I just don't know why we would be blaming the dude who got a weapon, the person who got a weapon against them, you know?
Yeah, I'm not blaming him because she's the one that's still weaponized, right? But okay, fine. All right, I'm with this person or whatever, right? And I can't trust them. Then no, I would not be 100% vulnerable with them.
Why are you with somebody you don't trust?
Exactly. That was my whole point. The reason that was my whole point. I'm finding difficulty with being able to answer the question. But if I'm with somebody that I can't completely trust with information, then no, I would not be 100% vulnerable with them. I'd probably give them about maybe 70 to 75%, because
Tay's reply is wrong. It didn't prove anything. Her reply, it was the wrong one to give in that instance. right? Because we're saying we don't trust her because we don't reveal our darkest, deepest secrets. That's not true. But that's a conflation that's happening.
Right.
Yeah.
Can I say? Oh.
Okay. Go ahead.
But no, if I feel like that I can't be 100% vulnerable then with this person, then I would feel like that I can't trust them. In which case, I would probably be about 75% vulnerable, just enough to let them know, because I know that I'm giving off this vibe that something is bothering me, right? So I would tell them, let them know, hey, something is bothering me, but I would not go into intimate detail as to what exactly it is. But I would just let them know that, hey, this is the reason why my disposition is the way that it is. You're going to get this surface level and, you know what I'm saying, and be done with it. But I know I wouldn't be 100% vulnerable.
I wouldn't feel safe in that relationship. Just be honest. As a woman, I wouldn't feel safe. I wouldn't feel like you're in it with me 100%.
Yeah, niggas be, I don't know. Depending on
that, like you bringing in past baggage. I ain't never did that to you. Even being upset, I ain't never thrown none of what you told me in your face, and yet still you still gonna sit in my face and tell me, oh, I don't trust you because what this other bitch did to me before you was even in the picture. Why? No, that's literally, if she ain't never did that to you before, you worrying about what happened before me happening again. That's baggage. Same way women would do the same thing about whatever a nigga did to her in the past.
Yeah, I think you guys may have missed the point where you don't even got to put your hand on the stove to observe that this happened to other men, and therefore you protect against it.
So you bringing in other people's shit into our relationship.
No, we just looking at observable reality essentially.
Yeah, observable reality that isn't your reality, and you're bringing it into our relationship and
I
dictating
know,
whether
but
you're
you also
vulnerable
told
with
us that women are vindictive.
Of course,
the majority
but
are, right?
If you're ending up in a relationship, a monogamous relationship, both men and women have risks. There's no guarantees that neither of us are gonna walk away unhurt.
You mitigate risk.
You can mitigate risk, but not 100%.
Okay,
If you're gonna dial,
mitigating risk makes sense then.
Mitigating risk makes sense, but when it comes to developing a relationship with someone, vulnerability is part of it. Just like I have to give my body to you, I have to one day put my body on the line for you. That's the utmost vulnerability as a woman I can give to you. So if you can't even trust me with information about you that gives me more like understanding as to who you are, what we together
That's
for?
the other thing, right? You assume that because we both having sex, you giving more than I am.
I did not
So
say
I'm
that.
having sex. Well, you said I'm giving my body to you, so you should be fully vulnerable with me. But guess what? I'm giving my body to you.
Because you want sex.
You don't want sex.
I want your vulnerability.
Oh, you traded vagina for vulnerability?
So I thought we understood that there were no one-to-one exchanges. Now we talking about one-to-one exchanges?
I don't know what you're talking about. You said
I made it very clear what I was talking about.
You say you giving me cheeks, so I should tell you my all my secrets. What you talking about?
If I am asking you,
you having sex with me too. Newsflash.
If I am asking you to be vulnerable with me, so I feel safe in this relationship, you're wanting me to. Never mind. You got it.
You just said
no, you got it.
You just said I'm giving you sex, so you give me vulnerability. Now you're saying I want to feel safe, so give me vulnerability. Which one is it? See, that's crazy. That you trying to you trying to leverage cheeks.
There's this relationships transactional. So of course there are things that people leverage within a relationship. No matter, we could all say we don't do it, whatever the fuck, but most relationships are transactional. Yes or no?
Yeah, what do you ask me yes or no for? That
Because
has
you're
nothing
saying
to
my mindset is
but
crazy
you
when it
you
makes sense when we
changing
say
no,
relationship or
I'm
relationships are
speaking of what
transactional.
you said. What you
Yeah, I
said
know what
was
I
what
said.
you said. You saying I giving you sex,
Mm-hmm.
which is a transaction that we're both
Mm-hmm.
participating in.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, it's an equal exchange,
Okay.
regardless of what y'all be talking about. So
Okay,
why are you
cool.
talking about
Equal
sex
exchange.
to wait?
Fine.
Why are you talking about giving sex to leverage against him so he can be vulnerable with you? Come on now.
Because obviously the one-to-one ain't enough when you're sitting here telling me that you worried about past shit, somebody else's shit that wasn't even part of our shit, and you trying to make it part of our relationship. So when it comes to the one-to-one, I'm vulnerable with you, be vulnerable with me. You're telling me no.
Why are you
That's
talking
not
about
good
sex
enough?
though? So are you retracting the sex thing?
No, I'm not retracting it. Why would
So
I retract it?
so you're saying if I have sex with you, then you're supposed to be vulnerable with me. That's
If
your trade?
if you can't be vulnerable with me when I am vulnerable with you, I shouldn't be in a relationship with you, right?
Are you saying sex is your vulnerability?
I did not say that.
I'm asking.
I didn't say that.
Well, but you coupled them though.
I gave
You
another
coupled sex with vulnerability, huh?
example since the
So you
one-to-one wasn't good enough.
you taking the sex off the table for vulnerability, which sounds diabolical?
When did I say that?
You said I'm giving you my body, so you should be vulnerable with me. You said that.
A woman giving her body is the utmost place she could put herself when we're talking about vulnerability. You don't get that?
Are you serious right now?
Whatever, him.
90% of y'all having sex before y'all get in a relationship.
And most of y'all expect us to give it up before we're in a relationship.
But you saying your body? Come on, man. How we treat our bodies, that ain't the thing no more. If we treated our bodies better, you would have credence there. But we know sex is on the silver platter.
We're talking about in the
Reality.
reality. So in reality, then you should be a grown-ass man and fix your shit and fix your paranoia instead of putting it into our relationship.
I don't think that's putting it into your relationship. So
Yes, it
you're
is.
telling, so if you experience something traumatic as a child and you're in a relationship, are you telling everybody you're in a relationship that trauma that you experienced as a child?
No. Ishmael, look, I'm feeling you because that's what I've been trying to say this whole time. Like, I think we're going to the extreme with that, but at first we were talking about something like something that happened when we were young, or he didn't tell you that his mama smoked crack or some shit. Like, it'd be little shit like that. And us in our women mind, we feel like, oh, he didn't tell me all of that. How can I trust him? Because he ain't tell me his mama smoked crack. Like, what the hell? That's how we be thinking. That's how the vulnerability be with us. Oh, he didn't share everything. But him sharing that is the thing that makes it tip over. I think that's how turning it down a notch from all of that stuff. That's what a lot of stuff be on, that he didn't tell you stuff like that, or how am I supposed to trust you? I told you all about what's the name when her wigs went up. You want to? I think that's a lot of the things that it be on, little stuff that we feel like, oh, because he didn't say that, I don't feel like he trusts me or whatever. And we have to be able to rationalize and say, is this stuff going to make or break our relationship? And I think
I wouldn't even.
a nice amount of females that let that type of stuff make or break their relationship.
So
I wasn't even going there with it about my mama used to smoke crack or something happened to me when I was a kid type stuff. No, but
It started as far as, oh, because he had some childhood trauma and he didn't share it. He's been functioning. He went to therapy. He did all that stuff. So just because he didn't share that with you, you can't trust him because he wasn't vulnerable.
I didn't think that's what the conversation we were talking about was, some childhood trauma that he went to therapy for and everything like that and got fixed, and I'm mad because he didn't share that with me. No, I didn't think that we were talking about that.
Functioning, would you feel like you can't trust him because he didn't share that with you, even if he didn't go to therapy? But it's not
Absolutely not, because it has no effect on our relationship. If he went to therapy and he cool with it, then that's fine.
So every day him coming home not telling you the stuff that happened, and even though it might have made him feel some type of way, even though he didn't share it with you when he got home, you feeling some type of way because he's not being vulnerable because he didn't share that information from work. I'm saying, like, even last week.
No, that's not. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking.
When we was talking.
All right, you got it.
Now, Kelly, I love you, but last week when we was talking and we were talking about how if he didn't share, and I told you I asked him like, "Oh, you good?" And if he don't say nothing, then but y'all was like, as long as she asks. But then there's some females that in that conversation we talked about how they were like, "Oh, he didn't say it, he didn't tell me everything," and all that type of stuff. Okay,
I didn't. I mean, it may be fucked up, but I didn't see the show last week, and I wasn't here, so
okay.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
My bad.
There's things, right, that'll happen in a person's life, and they'll tell you specifically, "Don't do that to me. You can't do that to me. I don't tolerate that." And they don't have to tell you the reasons why, but they'll be very emphatic that don't do that shit to me because I don't play that for a very sacred reason. Right? Those are the vulnerabilities that people are not going to overshare. And we saying if we don't, then the trust is dissipated. That's the part, right? That's what Alex is saying.
It's not even that deep about sex and all that, or the ex-girlfriend. It's not even that deep. It's this surface level saying, "Oh, I don't want to share that my mama smoked crack, but hey, I don't want to be around such and such when they smoking because I had an experience, even though it ain't crack, but because I just don't want to be around them, right?"
Alex, stay on your train of thought. It's a good one. My mom smoked crack. That's why I don't play around no drugs but I don't need to tell you why I don't fuck with no drugs. Just that don't bring that shit around me.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. I don't see a problem with that.
But that's what we were talking about earlier. That's what I'm saying. That before we got away, the first conversation was just because he didn't tell you that small little thing, even though we've been fine, we ain't had no problems. But then you find out because we at the cookout and cousin Larry got mad because he had too many drinks, and now you like what happened?
Yeah, I got blindsided about some traumatic shit you ain't never told me before, but everybody else know. Yeah, of course I'm feel some type.
But but I'm saying that's family. Just because this is a family trauma.
Am I not part of your family?
No, okay. See, here's Alex. This is what I tell you. This is what I'm trying to tell you, right? Now there's an out that you gave because you over explained it. They already understood, but now because Jay Lynn can find a hole in the example, now it gives an out to say, "See, that's why you should have shared it." You don't even have to do too much. You already made your point.
No, I still don't agree.
You already made your point. You know what I'm saying? Now, because at the cookout, see, you should have told. Come on, bro. Come on.
Okay, well, we just all not gonna be 100% vulnerable.
It's crazy, but I just still need to understand why you sex. Now you need information. That's fucking crazy.
I never said that. You're flipping it into that. I never said that.
Even Nas has the most profound writings.
Mm-hmm.
This was the takeaway.
Okay, well, that's not the takeaway. That.
As Ava the Fight says, why would you trust a human being to not fail you? Say, be safe. Is this camera on me? Oh, this camera on me? Is this camera on me? That's stupid. Think of who you trusted before. Do you still? Hakeem with the $5 says, why are you ladies upset that us men refuse to give you ammo to only weapon that can pierce my skin and break my heart? As Ava with the $5 says, how can you trust a person, a human being? Please don't, because they're going to fail you. I'm sure of it. Think of how you failed someone. Aaron with the $2 says, Calvin about to dance for the win for Lil Saint. Subscribe and salute the reason a member for 11 months. Did I read this one already? Hakeem with the $10 says, I said this last week and I'll say it again. I would rather keep my emotions from a woman I love and die before I hit 50 from stress so I can have peace of mind. That's just what it is, so be it. Chase Lee with the $2 says, Mr. J say, she ain't saying none of his quotes, bro. Jay Miller with 2 says Jay Tastic saying and again. Did she repeat herself? I don't think so. Ezekiel with the $5 says, hey yo, y'all should do skits for real. Some good acting. JT with the $5. What up, JT says Calvin got a blouse hat on. What?
It's a Dada hat.
Marcus Evans with the $10 says, what up, brother Hamp? Please put Sean in the damn bathroom. Sean saw his balls, I think. Aaron with the $2 says, Sean is sus. Sound like you want to wear a dress. JT with the $5 says, Sean just needs to come out the closet, man. Well, so we're gonna wrap it, right? But there's one thing I want to ask y'all before we skip that up. Aaron with the $2 says, they don't trust their homegirls with certain information. That's real. So this part.
That ain't true.
The things that we name, right? Provision, protection, working a hard job, working just as mentally taxing and things of that nature. All that we give women, what do we get back? It's a broadcast. Anybody can answer. What do we get back that is like equivalent? What do they give us? That amounts to everything we give them.
Nurturing. They nurture you.
Oh, Ishmael, you saying that's equal to provision, protection, working harder, working just as smart.
Yep, and they take care of them kids.
I wouldn't say it's equal. I'd say it's equitable.
You saying nurture is as equitable as everything we provide?
Yeah.
How? Break it down.
Because it's definitely needed, right? You need that just as much as I need, roof over my head and bills paid, even though I do contribute to those things as well. But whatchamacallit, yeah, it's not equal. It's not an equal 1-to-1, but it is equitable in that it is needed within the household to maintain everything being copacetic.
Why are we dying so much earlier than them? With all this nurture we get.
Because you're not being 100% vulnerable.
That's a fact, though.
That's what you call.
We can't nurture what we don't know what's going on.
Being facetious. Now,
but
fellas,
it's true though.
Ishmael, why are we dying so early with all this nurture we get? Damn, it's quiet in this motherfucker.
You're not getting it to its full capacity because you're not vulnerable. Like if something's hurting you or something like that or whatever, you won't say anything. Whereas if we knew that you were hurting, we'd say, hey, you probably need to go ahead and get that checked out. Whereas y'all would say, I'm gonna just put some tussin on it and keep it moving.
Oh, okay. So it's our fault. Okay.
And I think because
it's your fault.
And men also, because they are providers, they will work and work and work and not rest because they want to provide. But a lot of men that provide, they feel like that's their role. That's what they want to do.
Yeah.
Hey, are you guys being girls and boys right now? This shit is weird. So,
I thought we were girls right now. My bad.
Do y'all know y'all man as a girl? Do you know your man like the back of your hand? As a girl, you're a girl. Inside and out, you know when you bothered.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
Get him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here.
With all that fucking, he ain't talking enough. You already know him like the back of your hand. You know when something bothered him. You know when he had a bad day, but now he ain't talking, so you can't nurture. That's bullshit.
No, I don't know. No, I know something's bothering him. He's not saying what it is.
So you know something bothering him, right?
Right.
If you read him
so how can I nurture?
Go ahead.
How can I nurture him effectively if I don't know what exactly is bothering him.
Because you
I
know what
know
relaxes
something's
him.
bothering you.
I'll be listening for the
Huh?
qualifiers.
Because you would know what relaxes him. What would take him out of that element, even if you don't know exactly what's going on with him, you know how to keep him calm. You know how to like reassure him and do something for him that he's going to appreciate, and it'll take his mind off of whatever is bothering him. You don't have to necessarily know every single detail. You know there's something wrong, and you don't have to be like, okay, we're going to attack this problem. Do something that you know is going to make him feel better and out of that mind space because you know him.
Well, because let me just be quiet before I start telling my business.
There's other ways to when regardless like what Hemp was saying, there doesn't have to be a lot of talk when you know the person that you were with. The person I was previously with, I knew like the back of my hand to where I could, if he didn't tell me, I would do something like ask clarifying questions. How you feeling? Hey, yeah, I know you messed up that shoulder. That shoulder okay? Okay. All right. And then he'll get a text later in the week and it'd be a doctor's appointment. And he's like, why you said, cause you said your shoulder was hurting. And then at this doctor's appointment, they go over other stuff other than the shoulder. He might get information about his stress levels because they're going to tell him, oh, did you talk to the doctor? Okay, I just want to make sure that you're good. You get all what you needed. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just little stuff that you can do to where that nurturing comes in. Like, as far as like what Rebecca was saying, and Rebecca, she was speaking speaking from Rebecca, like you have to, when you know your partner, you do certain stuff to, it comes in that nurturing feel, even if it's buying them something, showing up. I know he had a hard day at work. I'm gonna surprise him with his favorite lunch, something like that. Like, he ain't gotta tell me, but I can see it when he comes into the house that he had a hard day or some bullshit was going on. I think when you know your partner, yeah, you know how to nurture without them actually telling you.
Yeah.
The thing about it was when we're talking about the reciprocal nature. Nah, but it's actually telling, right? So when we're looking at the reciprocal nature, like what the men would get back, it was like we can't do it well, and then he was instantly blamed. Like, it just seems broken to me. Like it just seems like a lack of effort. And if the nurture is the superpower, it's like that you don't want to put no effort into it. I don't know. It just seems like doesn't like the equitability doesn't seem to be there.
Yeah. No, okay. That's fine.
No, we trying to understand it.
But are men looking
I
for
can't.
that?
I can't go into detail. Hell, I can't.
But are men looking for that to be there? Because a lot of men won't feel like men if they're unable to provide. Regardless of what she's doing at home, he's still not going to feel like a man if he's not providing.
No, 100%.
But that's why you do the best that you can. Nobody's telling you to hold his hand and make him feel some type of way, because obviously that's up to him. But if you continue to do the things that he enjoys, we always talk about love language as women. If we understand our man and how what's going to keep him calm, keep him in a good mind space, especially if he's working 16 plus hours, we're making sure that, you know, his meals are made. We're making sure that on the weekends, on the days he has off, if he likes to drink, his favorite alcohol is at home and stocked. Like, if he wants to play the game, take the kids somewhere so he can relax and have a little bit of time to himself so that he can decompress from working 16 plus hours. Like, just little things like that, you know, just depending on whoever you're with and what they like, you know what they like. So that's going to keep them to keep going, to keep building. I always see women as like, if a man is building a building, he's the bricks, we're the cement. that's going to keep him to continue to build.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I mean, do y'all think that as we articulate it out and how it's like a little bit of a wrestling match and a struggle, is the equity there?
I don't want to ask that thing because you're gonna get on my head about it. But
Listen, if the problem, oh, go ahead.
Now go ahead, Callie. Go ahead.
If he's having a problem with providing, right? Ain't no amount of any of that gonna fix that problem because the money isn't there. So it's always gonna be there.
Who said he has a problem providing?
That was the example that was given. Somebody said something about not being able to provide. I think it was
I think Rebecca just
oh girl.
but I think she just sprinkled that in there. It wasn't like a main focus point.
Okay.
Yeah, but at the end of it, I don't want to feel like I'm trying, because honestly, they don't want us to be equal, right? I don't think men are looking for us to be equal to what they, because honestly, I don't think we ever could, from what women have naturally to provide and give a man. I don't think we could actually be equal to giving them that as far as what they give, but we can try and get close to it, as far as like Rebecca was saying, and letting him have time to himself. Not always, you see he having a bad day, don't say nothing. Making sure he got his alcohol, the food is good, the kids are put away, and I mean, we could try our best.
Lex, do you think that let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all think y'all put y'all man brains on? It was fun, right? So you kind of see that side as much as possible. Do you think that men give more in relationships?
Yeah.
I'm asking genuinely.
I do.
I think they do, and I think women expect them to as well.
That's why I say I don't think it should be like a equal, because I'm not your opponent. I'm not your opponent. You know, I'm your teammate in whatever position I'm playing. Well, not even whatever.
Hold on. Not too much. I'm just asking. So you think that men give more in relationships?
Yes. Yes.
Isha, you said they do, and then women acknowledge that fact and have an expectation of it?
They do expect it, yes.
Jalen, what you think?
I can't quantify it in my brain. I don't know.
What do you think? Do you think men give more in the relationships based on the things that we're kind of saying what the offerings are?
No.
Okay.
I think we just give to each other differently.
Okay. So you guys give just as much as men. So like 50-50?
Yep.
Rebecca?
No, I think men give more, especially protection, security, providing, all those things plus more. I don't think there's an equal exchange on that aspect. That's just my opinion. I think that they definitely give more of themselves.
What would be the things, Jalen, that women are giving that makes it equal? I think nurture is a part, and even that seemed a little bit daunting. What are the other things?
Flexibility and compromise, time time and energy into caregiving or just connecting with you and sexual availability. We give more in those areas than men.
Sexual availability wouldn't be one if you're saying availability.
It would be.
Wait, so you're saying women are more available than men for sex?
Even when not in the mood. You can just not agree. But that's my
Well, it
thought
doesn't make
process.
sense, I guess, is the point.
Okay.
And so in terms of the compromise, when we did the numbers, wouldn't he be compromising in the sex department? Because generally you guys agree that she wants to have sex way less than he was before. So wouldn't the compromise be on his side?
Women compromise more in a relationship.
For sex?
Sexual availability, even if we're not in the mood, most of the time women are giving sex, even when we don't want to.
Okay, so y'all want to have sex less than 2 times a week. 3 times a week, sorry.
If we're using 6
We're
as
not.
men's,
We're using 3 because that's on
Okay.
average when women want to have sex.
Okay, well, if those 2 days we don't want to have sex and he does, most of us will give him sex even when we don't want to.
Are you saying that that raises the bar of equity?
You asked me the question. I said women give more when it comes to compromise. You added compromise to sexual availability.
Well, sexual availability, you're saying because she makes herself available when she doesn't want to, that adds to what she gives to him?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So
That sucks.
if you don't think women are giving more in a relationship, why be with one in a relationship? Why?
Who said more? I asked you guys, do you think that women who gives more?
Yeah. If you don't think she gives on an equal or like it's not equal, you don't think she gives more than you, what's the point in being in a relationship?
Nobody even said that. You adding that. I was asking the ladies
You asked
about equity. You were saying
right.
they want to have sex when they have sex when they don't want to. So
The
that's her
original
giving to him essentially.
The original question was, do I think men give more in relationships looking at the qualifiers compared to women? I said no. You told me to give the qualifiers for women. You don't agree with them. You say they don't make sense. I say okay. If you don't agree, if you think they don't make sense, okay.
Well, you think because you open your legs after he already precluded other women from opening them legs for him that you're doing him a favor. That's the part that I didn't understand.
Never said that. Where did I say
Now,
that?
what you saying because she having sex even when she don't want to?
Yeah. I didn't say she's doing him a favor. I didn't.
Well, you made
give
it. You added it to the pot like she doing something for him that's so honorable or some shit.
I gave that as a qualifier in which women give more in that area compared to men.
Because
I
they
did
don't
not
want to
say
have
she was doing him a favor. I did not make a disrespectful negative connotation to it. I just said sexual availability.
Because she don't want to have sex, so she do it anyway. So like she doing
Yeah.
something God Almighty for him.
No, it's a part of her responsibility in the relationship in
And
which she
then
gives more.
compromise.
Mm-hmm. Flexibility and compromise.
Except for he's settling 2 days a week for sex when he was getting it 6 days a week.
Except that in some relationships, matter of fact, most, a lot of women tend to kind of mold themselves to fit into his life. All of the things that we were doing before, we're not doing the same when we get into a relationship. The same type of freedom that I had before, I don't get the same type of freedom in a relationship. The same type of maneuvering I did before, when I was single, I don't get to do it the same in a relationship. The same type of like career trajectory I had before, if I decide to have kids or if I decide to want to be a mom, I don't have that same trajectory while in a relationship and taking care of children.
You counting that as a compromise?
Yes.
You think you're,
Flexibility. No, not a compromise. Flexibility. In
you
which
think
in
the,
ways I have to be flexible.
but why is the plaque more important than the portrait?
Put it in layman's terms.
Well, like her having a family is a plus, right? Over that job that don't give a damn about her. Or are you saying the job is more valuable than the family?
I never said that.
I'm asking.
I said it pertains to how flexible she's being within a relationship. Therefore, to me, she's being more flexible compared to the man. I did not say families weren't a good thing to have. I never said that.
I'm asking.
Well,
And
my
then
answer
you
is
said,
no. I never said that.
and then you said now you're saying men's lives kind of just continue, and then the women kind of just fits into that.
Usually, we end up molding ourselves into where we can fit and help our household be more successful, and that's based off what the man decides our trajectory is going to be.
Yeah, I think I'll give you that one. I think women do make more compromises for sure. I think the freedom is probably equal. Everybody kind of holds to themselves and start to do kind of what needs to do.
Okay.
You know, but I think the compromise is in the woman fitting into that in a perfect world. Yeah, 100%. I don't know if that's the norm, Jay. I hope it is, but I like that one. I just don't know if it's equal, but it's interesting. Interesting. Damn, one of the ones that if you are right on Jalen is that she's getting equity because she having sex when she don't want to. Damn, that sucks. She treating a nigga like a chore.
No, it's just when duty comes into play, right? Because I still have to make sure that you're satisfied. You can't just be sitting there unsatisfied because that's when the mind starts to wander. So I'm still going to do my duty as your woman and try to satisfy you. Even if I don't want to. In my bones, I don't feel like it.
No, I know what a chore is.
I'm going to do it.
I know, beloved. I know what a chore is.
It's.
You think majority of women doing it, Jay? Keep it tall. What you think?
Mm-hmm.
Majority men ripping that leg up, Ish?
I'm gonna say yeah. Only
Don't
only
yes,
because
we
even
do,
because as a married woman, yes. Because even Christian women believe that, your body's not your own. When he
it's a
wants it,
duty.
it's his.
Like it didn't specify a chore. It's a duty.
I know what chore is. AFT, what you think?
I'm sorry because I had to go discipline real quick, yo.
Don't worry about it. Rebecca, what you think?
I don't think that ladies are just doing it just to do it for a duty. Clearly, I don't know why y'all do, but that's not the sentiment I get, especially not from all of my married friends. That's not the case.
Because I might be going through some emotional shit, health shit, just regular life shit, and I genuinely do not have it in me to want to have sex with you.
So you just lay there? Like, how was that enjoyable?
You think sex is? I'll concede. I'm not going.
Do I think it's not enjoyable? I wouldn't. I'm not going to do something I don't enjoy.
I think if majority of women are complaining about their satisfaction in the bedroom, that should answer your question.
I don't talk to I don't. This is the only space that again, I'm not the person also on social media, but
my bad.
This is the place where I hear these things that women aren't enjoying sex and women are just like, well, I guess we got to do it. I don't get that sentiment from the people that I see out in like off of the internet. I'm gonna say it that way because I can't say the real world because
there's ebbs and flows. It's not always one thing. I don't know.
But to go back to being vulnerable, if we're being vulnerable with our partner, I'm gonna say partner, then I'm going through something. So more than likely he may not push it. So I may not have to give out in that moment because I told him, hey, I'm going through something or this happened. He knows. But in that moment of just us in the bed, long day, and he like, I don't care if I'm tired. When look,
yeah, you still gonna do it.
Yeah, but I went through what I went through with my partner. But when we was together, I love having sex regardless how the day was, unless it was something big. Like, and he knew if it was something big, he knew. So that's what
I feel like this is a conversation where there are just some people that just gonna be outliers. Fine, but I'm telling you, there are ebbs and flows in our sexual, our sex drive. That's even scientific, where we just don't have it, but we'll still do it because it's our duty to do it.
But she was asking earlier, Rebecca was asking, like, you're not, like, are you just laying there? That's what I'm saying. I may not have felt like it in that moment, and I give it to him, but then I'm
never said I'm laying there like a starfish. Never said that.
Well, no, that's why I was asking, because y'all saying y'all just like y'all don't want to do it. It's just like, then what is y'all demeanor to it? Like y'all just that's what I'm confused about. I'm not trying to be like, I'm just like, I don't get it. Again, if it happens, it happens. I'm okay with being wrong about what the majority of women are doing, but I'm just like,
so my take on it
is
is,
me.
If I'm tired and he wants it, but I'm tired. Because if I'm with my man, I enjoy having sex with him. Because if I don't, I'm not with him. But if I'm tired, because I work like a Jamaican, then I'm tired. But I'll still give it to him. I'm still gonna lift that leg up.
I don't know, man. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend. That like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. I heard it here, man. A majority of ladies say they know that it's not equitable. And I think, fellas, when we said we're not even looking for the equal return, but we just need enough. We need what we asking for, essentially. So maybe it correlates, right? Israel with the 2,000. Hamp, you stressing Jay out. Aaron with the $2 says they don't trust their homegirls with certain information. As Abe with the $5 says, why would you?
You went through this.
Right? Yeah. Interesting, man. Salute. Hey, man, this was fun. AFT, any final thoughts?
Yeah, this was fun. God made Texas first and everywhere else, of course. And I really enjoyed it. I almost want to throw up saying it because I don't like that name, but I enjoyed being Alex, I guess. But yeah.
Indeed. Isha, welcome back, man. Good to see you.
Shit like that.
Final thoughts?
Final thoughts. No, I don't really have any final thoughts, but I will be in Connecticut this weekend. My sister's having a Beyond the Butterfly Lupus event in Middletown, Connecticut. So if you out there, come out and show support.
Is there a link?
I don't have the link.
Well, get it to me. You know, I can repost it. We got some pretty good reach and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Okay. Alrighty.
Perfect. Any final thoughts?
Shit like that.
No, I do not have any.
Indeed. Rebecca. Perfect. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, I'm reneging. I'm sorry. I ain't marrying these girls. It ain't happening then. I'm reneging. I'm good. Because if y'all telling me this is what is out here, I'm straight.
Wow. Shit like that.
Rated R, that's what we doing. That's what we doing. We got the white girl to fall back on just in case.
At this point.
Trying to grind with each other. Starfish acceptable if late night and we both tired. Marcus Evans 5 ounces. Great show tonight, brother Hamp. He says salute to Jay Lynn and good night. Perfect. Hey, I think it was interesting, man. I think y'all did a hell of a job with the role play. And I think when you do the role play, you do have to kind of adopt the mindset. And I think what we also found is a lot of it was made sense in like why things would be said, given the question, given on, you know, what's being given back and things of that nature. Again, like the brother said, we ain't even looking for equality, right? We just need what we need, you know? So I think those points kind of run in tandem. I think it was interesting to hear y'all even like acknowledge that fact. You know what I'm saying? 100%. Salute to the marriage role play. And what do we open with? I forget, but it was fun though, for sure. So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all getting the Discord. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Toxic Thursday be crazy. Tonight might get crazy because this shit was fun. I will see y'all tomorrow night. Tomorrow night I am interviewing Obsidian tomorrow night. Perfect. So that should be interesting for sure.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
I'm gonna open up that link. Make sure y'all hit the notification bell so y'all could be there front and center. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Be safe and do the right thing, man. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And we out.